we'll see how things go. There's a lot to talk about real quickly. So first of all, the screen size may change depending upon if Bilibili works with us or not. Most likely, it's going to send me into a different screen. It's going to look worse for me, but it's going to look good for you. I literally had changed things so that it looks good for you guys. Blame Bilibili for that, okay? So, I will say this right now. There is a lot of speculation on what this event will be tied to. There could have been leaks. I don't know anything about the leaks, okay? But the main theory is that it's based around Carlin. Or the Carlin Industries. AKA, my brain is green, really, really stupid. With the... I say that. I could just open up, I literally have Arknights opened up here. And by the way, yes, I do have Arknights open up. I don't want to necessarily spoil anything of the head unseen session. That will be up. I have no idea when. Let me quickly... Drog. There we go. My brain had to remember the actual name. Drogovic. Based off of the fact already from how it looks right now, when it comes to the thank you celebration, it's safe to assume at this point that it's based around Drog. Again, we'll have to see what Bilibili does, if it's going to shrink the screen down because it's very stupid. That's let's say a couple year change on Bilibili, so we'll see if it does anything crazy. Also, there was a bit of a weird, audio issue with the music they were doing, which it was obvious that they edited / changed it. It doesn't seem like it's gonna change, which is weird. Really weird. So we're just gonna go with this then. And if it changes, we can easily go back to the Bilibili version because Bilibili's Bilibili. So... Also, I am in, not Steam, Discord. I'm already... So yeah, I was making sure everything was good and up to date on Discord, so it's easy to get into whenever they do live streams, and I was just making sure of the timing. I assume there's going to either be 7 or 7:30 when the live stream starts. It is going to be 7 for me. This is mostly due to the fact that I saw people starting their streams at 6:45, kind of later than it actually seems they probably should. But of course I can't really live stream or anything of that sort right now. It's gonna be a video. This is gonna be on YouTube, obviously. But it does seem to be a bit of a weird issue with the audio a little bit. It's a bit... The quality is a bit, worse, it seems like. Anyway. I am going to... This character is... I'm not going to say much when it comes to the head empty session, but I this character in the farming stage. Which means I'm undoubtedly still not being able to show the character anyway. I was gonna do like an IS run before the stream started, depending upon how long it was gonna be, but that didn't really happen. And I was not gonna get my lazy ass out quickly enough to worry about that sort of thing, so... I have yet to continue on with the EI stages. I did a little bit, but I focused on PvC Replanted. I had to redo PvC Replanted video because of the Steam Deck. Lots to mention with that. Oh, shoot, I forgot about a character. Let me retry that. I didn't do a good job. So I actually used Mjolnir for, like, the third and final phase. I pretty much use only 2 operators, just because that's, like, how theoretically easy it is to take out the boss. It's a bit tricky at the start just to get, like, a really good, get pretty much a good, like, flow going in this, the stage. I'm talking about, I am farming the boss stage for the Master Travels, by the way. Probably one of the better things to do. I know I'm gonna piss off a lot of people by saying that, maybe. To me, it's like the one material that like, out of all the others, would have been best to farm, just because I already have, like, a crap ton of a resource to get with, so... It's just naturally the best way going forward. Changing the audio again, or no, there's a delay. Like I said, it kind of seems a bit, almost wonky in a sense. Like they're trying to iron out some weird-ass kinks that are happening. I'm gonna try to let her... Oh, I need to do that anyway. Put Mjolnir down. Take up the robot. Here's a new robot. We have to farm it, which I still have yet to do the whole recruitment thing, which I can make it add into its own video if I wanted to. You just need to know a skill what automatically activates. The boss is already dead before anything else spawns in. still need to get into and, of course, play a little bit of IS2 just for the last mini missions. Use a skill. I don't have really much else to say. It's very likely we'll probably see an altar of some kind. Don't know what that would be. I think, we'll probably see Monk be playable. I don't know who else, personally, that we could see or know. I kinda hope, the Foxtail lady, the leader, ends up being a playable operator, but I doubt it. Just because Monk has such a lot more support than anything else. So, yeah, I don't expect. Like, out of all characters, Monk's kind of a guarantee. There we go! Remember I talked about Billy being Billy? All of a sudden, that used to work. Filters. There we go. Because Billy. Yeah. You see, this is what I was talking about. About how Billy's just Billy. Even though, theoretically, that shouldn't really happen and I'm in full screen, Billy ruins the normal watching experience by forcing chat open, doing some fuck-ass animation, whether you like it or not, doesn't matter, and just displays the chat, and then you get screwed out of your viewing experience because the community. At times, I just want to watch what I want to watch. I don't really care about the community. Okay? I have my own community elsewhere. So yeah, this is what it's gonna look like from now on. I was kind of hoping it would last longer. I actually go through, but nope. I will likely take out the intro to the live stream itself, generally because I do the VAs at the start, and it's like, it's whatever. Like, sure, if you really want to watch it, you could do that elsewhere, but like, I'm not gonna worry about it being seen. It will save on time for the reaction to the actual, like, meaty stuff, whatever gets announced. We actually see something unique or cool when it comes to the life, like, the actual, like, info, like, the labs that are interesting, that I would actually find enjoyable, instead of random-ass places of different series, even if it works. Most of the time, it doesn't usually work, to the themes of Arknights. Very rarely. And I actually be interesting or like make me excited? No, probably not. I still have to do the survey, by the way, and I'll probably end up doing that here soon. No, when. This weekend is gonna be like kinda busy, so it's like it's gonna be like a trying to figure out what will be the best path forward when I'm gonna be really busy this weekend. I don't know if there's too much. I think it could just be the event, honestly. So here's some likely scenarios. They could hit about episode 17. They could talk about an expansion to the current IS essentially 6. They could talk about collabs. I don't see it happening. I feel like it's funny because I'm gonna go back to all the past collabs where we would never see again or pretty much got deleted after they're announced. Destiny 2 won't happen. I mean, if you're still hoping at this point, you are delusional. It's been years since they announced that collab, by the way. I knew it was donezo when it was banned in China. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I've at this point have spoiled it for you. If you're still watching this and not skipping to the actual live stream. This is something I talked about during the collab tier list. But it's not the only collab that was banned from China. That's also another issue with China, is that China's ban heavy with series. So, yeah, for whatever reason that may be. To me, I don't actually hate that. In fact, I think that's a good thing, not just for the fact of how bad Destiny 2 was. I'm not really a big fan of Destiny to begin with. So, it works out for me, but aside from that, yeah, I mean, Destiny at this point and Bungie at this point is pretty much like a dead company in a sense. Like, whatever they make is not really going to be popular anymore. It's just how it is. Oh, so they're doing character voices during the actual countdown. Makes actual sense. Makes sense.
不错嘛，罗德岛的庆典甚至比基金会的更加盛大。看来今晚不会无聊了。嗨，各位博士好，欢迎来到明日方舟2025感谢庆典。我是千怀和西人的中文配音演员刘北辰。在我的眼中，千怀这个角色沉默寡言，不善言辞，但在执行任务的时候非常可靠，总是能做出精准无误的判断。那西人呢？虽然是活了上千年的死魂灵，但心态却年轻得很。时间给了他丰富的阅历和过人的智慧，但却也没有磨平他对于新事物和新思潮的兴趣。能为这样两位截然不同又各具魅力的角色配音，我非常的开心，也非常的荣幸。希望博士们也能喜欢这两位角色，继续与他们一同前行。
准备庆典呢，大家都忙着。博士，有什么俺能做的吗？俺也想帮上大家的忙。
博士们，晚上好啊！俺是丧神的中文配音员张雨绮。有事面感谢庆典，非常感谢各位博士们一直以来的支持。
generally
桑
6
葚呢，
stars.
其实是
More
一个
popular
很温柔的
characters.
小姑娘。
So
日常生活中呢，她有点内向羞涩，经常很小心。但一旦到了她的专业领域，桑葚就会展现出
I
来
might
坚
lower
定又
the
自信
audio
的
a
那一
little bit
面。
more.
如果我的
It's like
配音能够展现出来桑葚的魅力，
probably
那就再好不过啦。希望博士们今后可以温柔耐心地鼓励桑葚，也希望桑葚能够成为博士在战斗与探索
They
中的
didn't
好
do
帮手
some
哦。
crazy tactics like
Can you
adding the
push it?
final
Push it.
boss music for an event in the TV.
我
Not
会
TV,
确
but
保
like
所
the
有人的
intro.
安全。
那么，请博士继续陪着桑葚走下去吧。
听闻今日有庆典召开，干员佐勒特来贺喜。这些糕点是我家乡名产，还望大家能够喜欢。大家好，我是佐勒的中文配音员李甲相，能和博士们一起庆祝今天的感谢庆典，我还蛮高兴的。说起来，佐勒已经跟咱一起走过了可多地方，从
But
上
then
书
again,
到玉
I mean,
门，
they're
从
not
大
really
皇
doing
城到白
popular
灶，
characters, so
邙山脚下的小镇还有解院。
I mean, you could make
与
the
佐勒
argument
一
of
同
Tin
经历
Man,
的
but
故
like
事
some
越
of
来
those
越
others, I
多，
don't
我也
think
越
are
来越
as
喜欢这位
popular.
年少有为的病主任了。
Though my
尤其是
brain
他的赤子之心，
thinks
还有
like
时
a
不
lot
时
of
流
these
露出的少年
characters
气。
are like
不知道博士们喜欢佐勒的哪一
not
点
all
呢
of？them. Like
真
Tin
期待
Man's
以后能
not,
看到佐勒
Tara's
更多的
not,
故
but
事
the。other two are from young.
博士，我听说庆典过后还有一场特别的加班托起赛，那可太重了。
各位博士晚上好，我是安杰丽娜和布丁的中文配音演员何雨薇，
Alina and Pooty.
欢迎大家来到今天的感谢庆典。安杰丽娜和布丁都是大家的老朋友啦，转眼间，
Honestly,
安杰丽娜已经陪伴了大
where
家
the
1
heck
年
is
半，
Angelina
布丁呢
off?
也已经和博士
It
们
was
一
like
起度过了4年的
obviously
时光。
they care enough about
安杰
Angelina
丽娜活
that
泼
they
又
would
勇
try
敢，
to bring her
总是
back
穿
in
梭在大地
Enfield,
的各个角落，
even
为
if
你们
they had
传
a
递着爱与
retcon
祝福
and retcon again.
布丁既是一名优秀的电气工程师，
Quite
也是一个
hilarious,
非常
by the
可爱
way.
的女孩子
I。have to remind people
我特别
that
喜
they
欢她
retcon
形影不
multiple
离的
times
小
the
棒
story of
也
Enfield.
希望大家能够多多关照这2位角色，
Which, yes, is
多
a
多
big
支持
criticism.
明
The
日
fact
方
that they
舟。
couldn't, like,
博士，
get down what they
今
wanted
天
to
有不
do.
少寄来罗德岛本部的信哦。
Anyway,
看起来
when
各
would
地
be an
办事
altar
处的
for
代言
Angelina?
人也欢
Angelina is
度
one of
庆
those
典呢。
characters I feel like by now she would have gone an
好漂亮的
altar,
灯带。
or at least
还有
had
那边的
more
投
to
影
her.
灯也很好
But they
看。
just kind of forgot she existed,
嗯
and it was like, oh, we need her
研究
back
一下
because
他
she's
们的
actually
电力
more
结构吧
important. Where the hell has she been? Anyway. They actually used a cat? Okay, Miss Christine's not out yet, I guess. I mean, granted, this is gonna be a spoiler stream anyway, for those that don't know what's coming up. But, can't wait for Christine to be playable. Her playability is because of me, by the way. I am stroking myself here because I have done a lot of surveys of making Christine being playable before Alter Phantom came out. And Alter Phantom was not on the card, by the way. I wanted to revamp Device 2, and I was like, fuck it, let's make Christine playable, do something maybe for Phantom, and then do something with the hero. The hero, I'm sorry, if you've not at least watched like the remake rock version of the Phantom of the Opera, like you're probably one of the first searches of like typing in Phantom of the Opera theme.
Я искренне рад озвучивать такого харизматичного
I've never seen
персонажа
that doing
и
Russian.
надеюсь, что вы поддержите доброго храбреца Хилагура в его приключениях в Arknights.
存分にパーティーを楽しんでください、
Okay.
ドクター。
Wait, I don't think she has.
私がいる
This
限
is
り
DP.
誰も今宵の平穏を乱すことはできません。ドクターの皆様、こんにちは。シュバルツ日本語ボイス担当の伊藤静香です。アー
Honestly,
ク
yes.
ナイツ 6.5 周年
The revamp
おめでとうござい
by Three Nice is probably because of me.
ます。
But
クールな
again,
シュバルツさん、
enough stuff
かつて
stroking me
闇
here.
に生きる冷徹な殺し屋でした。でもセイロン様と出会ってからシュバルツの心は少しずつ温かくなり、少しずつ人間に戻っていきます。戦いぶりには今でもその冷たさが現れていますので、その冷たさと温かさ両方を併せ持つシュバルツ、本当に素敵だと思います。思いませんか？思うでしょ？彼女がボディーガードしてるんでしたら、もうドクターもきっと安心できるんじゃないかなと思います。これからも皆さんシュバルツを頼りにしてくださいね。また忘れずにアークナイツの応援をよろしくお願いします。シュバルツ役の伊藤静香でした。 ごきげんよう、ドクター。何かお
I just
話を
seen
しま
the
せん
sea
か？
shining. Like a lot of these characters are not that popular
シ
anymore
ャイ
to
ニ
an
ングの日
extent,
本語ボイス担当の
and it's
清水梨沙
interesting
です。
to
アークナイツ
See them.
6.5 周年おめでとうございます。
especially VA
シャイ
wise.
ニングはもう6年以上も皆さんと共
This
に
is
歩
cool.
んできたん
This
で
is
す
actually
ね。
kind of cool because it's
彼
not
女
just
は
popular
優れた医
characters.
師である
They
と
kind
同
of
時に
like
比類のない
circle
権
jerk
威の持ち主でもあります。皆さんは物語が進むに
Like
つれ
generally, I'm
て
seeing like cool
彼女の背負
improvements.
って
Like
きた重い過去を知ったこ
10 minutes
とと思い
later,
ます。
nah, we'll just do
運
VAs
命に
at
抗う
10
シャイ
minute
ニング
mark.
の決意と意
Makes
志を
sense.
より
You're
一
not
層
padding
強
too
く
much
感
of
じ
the
てくだ
live
さってい
stream.
たら
You
嬉し
already
い
know
で
it's
す。
like 10 minutes before the live
これ
stream
からの
starts,
物語
so
で彼女の
VA
活
is
躍
here
をもっと
anyway.
見られることを
Characters are not
心
always
待ちにしていま
popular.
す。
Nice to
シ
hear
ャイニング
them.
役の清水梨
Like
沙でした。
they are important as well.
なんて心地よい夜でしょうか。
I will
少
probably
し
keep
待
this
ってい
in.
てください。ドクタ
I
ー
don't. I think last time I
リズ
removed
と
the
ニ
VA
アールさん
section,
を
if
呼
I
んでき
remember
ます。
correctly. But I think this
一緒
time
に
around,
星
I'll
を見
keep
ま
it
しょ
in,
う。
just because it's like makes a lot
ド
of
ク
sense.
ター電気
Oh,
信号の様
she's
子を見れば
actually kind of popular.
心
Though.
拍
She's
が
also
速く
recently
なってる
new,
み
so
た
I
いだけ
mean,
ど
not surprising.
パーティーではしゃぎすぎたの？ほら頭をなで
Makes me
なで
wonder
し
if
て
they're
あげ
gonna
る。
do any more elite operators as playable that are like
休まないとね。
technically 5 stars.
ドクターの皆
I
様
doubt it.
こ
I
ん
feel
に
like
ちは。
people wouldn't mind Shark being actual playable than just a IS character to get.
アークナイツ 6.5 周
They
年
could do
おめで
alters
とう
of
ご
those
ざいま
characters
す。
too.
お芝居させていただいていた時は
Well, I guess there's a survey. There's a
キャラクター
if
た
they
ちに
allow us to
とても
choose
深い物語
to
があって
add
そ
like
の一人一人と
what we
大
think needs
切
to
に
be added
接し
or
てい
would
る
like
レ
to
イディ
see
アンさんもい
added,
て
I would
すべ
probably
て
go
のみ
with
んなに温かく優しく
alters
母性をとても感
Rhode
じる
Island
方だなと
operators, maybe
思い
even
まし
some
た。
elite ones
ロドスの旅は
alter that
まだま
are
だ続いてい
stuck
ます
to
が
IS.
これからもいっぱいレイディアンさんに頼ってくださいね。レイディアン役の福井ゆかりでした。
名優の皆さんこんばんは。シルバー氏の日本語ボイス
Silver
担
Ash
当の
is like
小西克之です。
almost in
ア
every
ークナイツ
CN
6.5周
VA.
年おめでとうございます。
Arknights VA. I mean,
はい、というわけでわずか半年
he,
しか経って
he,
い
he
ない
is
の
a
に
character.
なぜまた私がお
Regardless
祝
of
いに
his
来たか
VA.
と言いますと、
He's a character.
それは常にシルバー氏を編成に入れていますので、彼のカリスマにより私小西克之の再配置時間も大幅に短縮できました。やったー。はい、というのは冗談としまして、本当はですね、皆様にビッグニュースをお伝えしたくて駆けつけました。けれども今はまだなん
I
と
think he might
ネ
be
タバレ
spoiling.
禁止ですので、ここはもうぐっと我慢しておきます。
Just
言え
his
ません。これ
tone.
は本当に楽しみに
I
して
mean,
てください。
Carlin based probably.
さあというわけで、
We'll see if that
初め
ends
て
up being the
新
case.
銀山を使った時の
That's
感
what
動
it
をまだ
looks
覚えて
like.
います
That's
か？
my thought process
重
too.
装がバンされた時、ヒーラー生存戦略で乗り越えた経
The
験
fact
あ
that
り
you
ます
just
か？
can't tell
テラ
on
の
the
最果て
thumbnail
までずっとシルバ
on the
ー
live
氏と
stream
共
or
に
like the
旅す
background
る
of the
約
live
束
stream, it's like
忘れていません
you
よ
gotta
ね。
guess.
なら今はもう少しだけ待っていてください。風雪は止むことを知らず、対局は
Literally have a cat named after him, so
我が盟友よ。
that's not a lie.
私はお前との対局一つ一つを心から楽しんでいるのだ。今宵の宴の後には杯を酌み交わしながらまた一局に興ずるとしよう。
Okay, live stream probably should
各位博
start.
士，晚上好，欢迎来到《明日方舟2025》，感谢庆典特别
Translations
直
will
播，
be in
我是海猫
Discord。at some point,
晚上
or
好，
someone
欢迎
else
博
will be
士们参加
current
庆典，我是黑桥。
changing the
那
live
又到了
stream.
冬天啊，我有点想去雪山之国谢拉德看一看。这个从未受过天灾的国家实在太适合旅游了。
可是听说就在最近，谢拉格境内好像发生了一些前所未有的大事情。
在耶拉冈德的屁股
So
下
I'm not going to
还
be
能
like
发生什么大
currently
事？
translating because I don't have the
难道
ability to,
说
but
别急
there's a lot， of
现在我们就来看一
characters
看
out there
谢拉格
that would
究竟
already-
发生了
This
怎
would be
样
my
的变
first
化吧。
impressions. I'll probably talk about translations after the fact, but I'm going to shut up now with the BV. Definitely Carlet. I'd be surprised even if it wasn't. So it's likely we're going to be seeing an altar of Silver Ash in my thought process, but we'll... Or maybe not. It could be... Permix. shut up and just. Give him a receipt and paramix. Oh. This is just like going back in past events, maybe. Because that was like the first event in Carlin. They're probably gonna start showing the train events. There's got the Super Kizik. Maybe. No, maybe not anymore. That was a. Just shut up. Interest. I think we're gonna get Silver Ash, I'm not sure, but why or how? Maybe both. Given that Paramix is like one of those characters that I feel like I could easily see as an alter. Oh, she's probably dead. Or she'd be changed to something else. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's definitely alter. Definitely alter for him. Or skin. Just if they could fuck everyone else and say, hey, he's a skin instead. Interesting that going with both siblings as an alter, they're probably getting a Cliff skin. I doubt they'll just not do anything with Cliff Bar. This does fit and makes sense when it comes to the, like, so far how the two characters react to each other. They're both leaders in a sense. This makes sense. I'm actually kind of excited already. So it might just be those two as the focus, unless they switch it up and shock us here. They pretty much got, like, everywhere in Arknights now. Okay. Okay, music's already lit. I'm sorry, it's already good. I don't know why there should be a camera, because this is really good. I got, like, instant goosebumps, by the way. Like, I don't tend to, so... Snow Hunter? Okay, so... A Steen altar? Where? Where the fuck? What? Okay. Paramix the Breakta? So, okay, so she's like a character that anyone could get. Oh, a shift skill? Okay. I guess Steen out of nowhere having an altar is just weird. I'm gonna be brutally honest. I mean, unless I'm thinking of the sister. I'm not even looking at the classes here. It's a Vanguard.
准备好了吗？尹辉，你的盟友前来助力。
So he's gonna still have like a Silver Ash-esque skill. Gotcha. What made Silver Ash Silver Ash? Oh, tracing some of the steps. Not bad, obvious. Why she keeps getting skins? Is she actually popular? I actually despise the character. I don't think she should have been playable to begin with. Honestly, you should already know how I feel about said character. I mean, yeah, I think it's the next limited event. We'll probably have, or maybe it's this one. We'll probably have a Crown Slayer, or it could be they do a rerun. We'll see. Alright, probably not. I was kind of expecting a Crown Slayer skin to be showcased. There we go. There we go. That actually looks sick. And 2 new operators, probably 2 new classes. Gotcha. I'm sorry, I do not like Snake Aztec Lady. I think she's really stupid as a character. Like, I mean, I would have liked it if they did a better job with the character than just, oh, people like her, let's just instantly put her in with just the most bizarre-ass way possible. Not bizarre, but more like very, very obvious that they were trying to put her in just as the last second. Just because, oh, she's popular. I don't like the character. I think the way they did it is really stupid. Not just the fact that you can debate on how good she is. And you already know 6 stars are generally good anyway. It's really hard to have a 6 star that's worse than a 4 star or a 3 star or a 5 star. They'll at least have something.
希瓦艾什兄妹的关系又是否会因为这场危机而有所变化？更多故事就留待博士们到游戏里探索了。我们先来重新认识一下好久不见的老朋友们吧。
I was expecting like other characters than just 2 alters, but it makes sense, honestly, at this point in the game.
而在战场
For how long the
银
game's
辉
been
也
out.
将更多的展现出他运筹帷幄、指挥若定的一面。
领域银辉是先锋中的测试，
Is that
能
new
够支援
class?
待部署区的干员。
Vanguard
天赋一
strategist,
开
never
放性
mind.
开局，会在待部署区中
Strategist,
加入
gotcha.
风雪之眼，并将待部署区的干员按照费用从低到高的顺序进行排列。
费用与风雪之眼相同
Actually,
或更低的干员
I feel like
会
I'm
排列
being
在他
stupid
左边
using strategists.
而
It's
位
not
于
the
风雪之
summon.
眼左侧的干员下次部署时会获得初始激励提升
Let me
和
go to
再部署
Vanguard
时间
quickly.
降低的效果。当然，这个效果对领域银辉自身同样生效。
No,
领域银辉的技能也能使其他干员的费用减少，这时
Strategist? I
也
think
会
this is a
重
new
新排列待
class.
部署区。这样，
Because I don't
这些干
believe
员的位
strategists
置就
exist
有
yet,
可能
unless I
从
am
风雪之眼的右侧
mistaken,
移动到
and that
左
might
侧，
be like a
从而
yet to
享
get
受到天赋一
character
的加成。
class.
接下来再看看天赋2血
That
镜
might
先
be the
驱
case.
领域银辉在场时，所有希拉格阵营干员的防御力提升，生命值
Because I
也会
believe
持续
there's like a new
适
class
应了
that
雪
they
山严酷环境的他们，还能
during
免
the
受
New Year
冻结效果
event,
的影响。
or not New
当
Year,
领
but
域银
summer
辉在
event.
场一段时间后，防御的提升效果和
So,
生命值的持续恢复效果
That
还
makes
会
more
提升至
sense
2
when you
倍。
think about it.
哦，感觉是个十分熟悉的效果呀。不过刚刚说到的谢拉格阵营，看来是一个不同于卡兰贸易的新势力阵营。
是的，由于希拉格近期发生的一系列变化，我们新增了希拉格阵营。除去新增的几位希拉格角色以外原有的部分喀兰贸易阵营角色呢，也将会调整到希拉格主阵营，同时保留喀兰贸易的副阵营。
很期待谢拉格阵营队将来的表现。
Shiny
现
altar?
在
What
我
the
们再来
fuck?
看看
Huh?
领域银辉的技能吧。
Like?
一技能周旋的谋略是一个自动释放的技能，技能开启时可以立即获得一定部署费用，还会使待部署区最靠近风雪之眼的一名干员部署费用减少。
这个减费效果的检索逻辑比较特殊，它会优先选择右侧最靠近风雪之眼的一名近卫、术师或狙击干员，之后才是右侧的其他职业干员。如果右侧没有其他干员，那么左侧最靠近风雪之眼的干员就会成为减费效果的目标。
而且被选中的这位干员在部署之后还能获得屏障来抵挡伤害，也有了一定的生存保障。再来看二技能御敌的锋锐， 这个技能也会减少待部署区干员的费用，检
Interesting.
索
So
逻
a
辑与
silver
一技
ash
能相同。
effect to an extent,
同时，领域银辉会使出一
but
记大
is
范围的
it
斩击，
only when you
斩
place the
击还
character
会附
now?
加寒冷与反引效果。博
Is
士们
it
看
like
这道斩击会
a?
不
I'm
会
gonna
有似曾
assume
相识的
based
感
off
觉呢？
there's no
而
skill
且啊，开启技能
activation.
时，风
This
雪
is
之
just
眼
like an
所剩的所有
automatic
干员
thing.
都会获得一层效果。
So when a
他
new
们
enemy
在部
comes
署
in, he
时
attacks
会以自己的
once,
攻击力按照
brings
部署的
someone
位置
else
和朝
in,
向打出一
gets the
次
same
同样范围的
effect,
斩
and
击。
probably is
当
range.
范围效果叠加至2成时，队友甚至可以一落地就
I
连
could
续
be
砍
wrong
出
on
2
that,
刀，立刻
but
冻结敌人。
技能给干员减费，
We'll
还有
probably
树军
likely
的
talk
高输出和
about
控制，
the
感觉会
translations
是个
at
很
a
实用
later
的技能
point
吧。
if they
接
are
下来是
outset
3技能
correctly.
变革已至，这个技能正如其名，能够突破常规，给战斗方式带来变化。
So a weaker
技能开启
version,
时
but does
会
the
立即
same
回费
deal with the
技能期
operator.
间也会持续回复费用。比较特
This
殊
could
的
actually
是，
be
第
really
一次
good
开
depending
启技
upon
能
the
时，
operator,
会优先选
like
择待部署
Yado
区部署费用最高的
slash
近卫、狙击或术士干员
Ground
和
Slayer.
费用最低的干
It
员
has some
交换
interesting
基
use
础
case
部
for
署费
this.
用。
哇，那岂不是可以通过费用交换，让一些高费干员十分迅速的加入战场？看来开局布阵的速度可以大大加快啊！
是的，而且这还不是这个技能的全部能力。开启技能后，领域银辉的攻击范围也会扩大，并附带反引。攻击会向目标方向劈出直线型的剑光，对直线范围内的敌人造成伤害和脆弱效果。
哦，是银老版的反引。其实反引范围啊，也不止领域银辉本人的攻击范围。在3技能期间，首次部署的干员身上还会附着风雪之眼。风雪之眼会进行与领域银辉相同的直线攻击，也提供反引效果。
技能期间待部署区的风雪之眼也会变得可以部署，部署后会返还费用。博士可以把它部署到场上的我方干员身上，来改变风雪之眼附着的位置。
看起来3个技能都可以减少干员的部署费用。此外啊，也各有各的侧重点，可以用来应对不同的场面。说这么多啊，不如我们来看看实战录屏，更直观地认识一下领域银辉的机制吧。这一关里部署费用上限大幅降低，使用通常的回费手段无法直接部署费用超过15的干员。
这样的限制的确
So
非
if
常棘
they
手。
showcase
不过
anything
这
from
时，
episode
领域银
15
辉
or
的2技
16,
能
I won't
就
know
会有非
anything
常好
from
的
it,
发挥。
so it'll be
看
new.
技能开启后啊，来一的费用
Okay,
大
so
幅
this
降
is
低，
2.
可以不受费
So
用
it's
造成的影
actually
响而下
not
场。
a.
我还看到莱伊在待部署区
Okay,
的
so
位
this
置
is
发生了
something
变
that
化。
happens whenever
没
you
错，
play
技
another
能开启后
operator.
啊，来一费用变得比风雪之眼更低，所以在第一天赋的影响下被移动到了风雪之眼的左侧。
这时莱伊部署后就可以享受到第一天赋
Okay,
的
that's
出
an
动
interesting
和在部
skill
署时间增
because
益，
it's
快速开启技能
continuously
技能。
possible to happen without
再看
deactivation.
另一关，这关
Makes
难点
sense.
是右侧的帝国前锋百战精锐，他们对于
Showcasing
先锋
of
来
S2.
说
S2
是很
seems
难
really
成
strong,
功的对手。
actually.
但是不用担心，领域银辉的2技能
Oh.
能让队友一落地，
Oh.
用自身的攻击力进行大范围斩击，可以瞬间打出
Okay, there's
高
a
的伤害。
lot of use case
而
possibilities.
3技能
Texas
也有
Ultra.
独特的
Holy
费用交换
shit.
能力，让我们看看它
I
有
mean,
哪
there's
些
also
妙用
Scotty
吧。
there too, yeah,
这关
but
由于突袭条件
Okay.
，URBN 的费用变为了3倍，达到了66点，很难在开局阶段部署。3技能开启时，最左侧的小车和
he
最右
seems
侧的瓦比
rather
兰直接交换了
interesting.
费用。
Frightened?
大家可以看到
No,
3
no,
费
that's
沃尔比兰，天下还有
that's
乐手。
相信这个技能能为许多关卡的开局带来全新的思路。
那领域银辉在回费的同时
So
呢，还会进行出
essentially,
现范围
arts
攻击。
而
damage
风
would
雪
do
之
more
眼附着在
damage, I
URBN
believe.
的位置，也
It's
能
not
与银辉
silence.
同时进行
They're
直线攻
showcasing
击
the。other
也
character
可以
that's
主
not
动
you.
重新部署风雪之眼，改变它的位置，从而兼顾战场下方
They
的
can
敌人。
change it, and it's only
说
for
完了
like
银
one
辉，
character.
让我们再来看看谢拉格
I
的
could
圣
see
灵初雪
them
吧。
adding
在应
more
对谢拉格危机的过程
with
中，初雪也变得更加成
modules,
熟
but，I doubt it.
也在战斗中获得了新的力量。圣灵初雪是术士中的
So
正法
she
术
is
士，
a
通
flux
常时不攻击
caster.
且防御力和法术抗性大幅提升。在技能开启时，攻击造成群体法
We'll
术伤害。
see how she
圣灵初雪
compares
的
to
天
the
赋
other
1
two.
无垠的雪景，使得初雪攻击范
Is
围
she
内
gonna
的地
focus
面
on
地
being a
块
tank?
会不断的产生积雪，
Is she gonna
敌
focus
人
on
踩上去
natural
之后
HP
就会
or
受到
HP
法术
region?
伤害和减速
Or
效
is she
果。
gonna add
而且
something
如果
unique
圣灵初雪的攻击范围
to
包括保
make
护目
her
标点，也就是
be a
博士们
tank
常说的蓝门，
but do something
积雪
else
还会
than
生成
just
在目
straight
标
up
点所
damage?
在的地块上。
哎，这是有什么
We'll
特
see.
殊用处吗？
哎，这里我们先保持悬念，待会儿介绍技能的时候再来为博士们揭晓。
那我们先来看看第2天赋吧。天赋2，圣山的祝福，使 得圣灵出血受到伤害时会使敌人寒冷，而且即使受到致命伤害，也拥有一次回满血的机会，还可以冻结敌方较长一段时间。
是的，这个天赋可以很好的提升圣灵出血的生存能力。接下来再来看看技能方面，一技能灵音吹雪， 在造成伤害的同时，还能推开敌人，并将积雪朝自身部署方向扩散。技能充能之后，连续开启技能，还能把敌人迅速冻结。
这么大范围的位移技能，还有控制效果，已经开始期待博士们会整出什么花活了。
接下来是圣灵初雪的2技能双掏复利，这是一个永续技能，摆完挂机有手就会。技能开启后，积雪的生成将不再局限于圣灵初雪的攻击范围内，而是可以不断向周围4格蔓延，最终可以覆盖相当大的范围。正如技能的名字一样，无尽的积雪终将覆盖整片山岭。
这还没完，2技能开启后啊，当蓝门位置处的积雪达到一定层数时，还会形成冰块，冻住蓝门，阻挡敌人进入目标点，
相当于给目标点多加了一道稳固的保护，是很有效的御敌手段。
接下来再看看3技能群山扶手，圣灵初雪的攻击范围扩大，同时还会拥有诱导效果，攻击范围内的所有敌人都会朝向初雪所在的位置扶手而来，向初雪周围可达地面地块移动。到达目的地之后呢，诱导效果仍会持续，直至诱导时间结束。
此外，初雪的攻击力和攻速也会大幅提升，攻击还会无视敌人一定法术抗性，造成更高质量的群体伤害。
兼顾输出与控制是一个很不错的决战技。那我们现在来看看圣灵初雪的实战表现如何吧。这关敌人可不少，只靠圣灵初雪一个人输出能守住吗？
没关系。圣灵初雪暖好机后，一切都会好起来。
积雪不断的向外蔓延，并且蓝门的样子已经发生变化。
蓝门变为了冻结状态。
是的，当蓝门处积雪达到5成时，敌人如果想要闯入蓝门，必须先把冻结蓝门击破才行。大面积的积雪也成了有效的保护，即使成群的敌人想要越过广阔的雪地，才能接近圣灵初雪。
可是这隐匿的灭迹人又该如何处理呢？
不用担心，在冰冻蓝门之外，
在
他攻击蓝门时，圣灵初雪就可以趁机将他消灭了。
这才是属于谢拉格的最终防线呀！
现在我们来到了莱茵生命的主场，总辖步步逼近，大量的湖光禁卫长。
She is like literally gonna be the one most used operator because she can literally protect the blue boxes. Just because of protecting the blue boxes, she is pretty much meta.
初雪走去，即使有着高额的防御力和法抗，也瞬间倒下了。
是的，3技能可以无视敌方一定
Just because I don't understand people, it's a tower defense game.
总辖也被
That is
而且
actually kind of
额
unique
外产生的积
mechanic.
雪，在技能结束后也并不会消失。
没错，大量的积雪也可以增加圣灵初雪在
At
飞
least
行
kind of
期间的控制
showcasing
能
her
力。
like S2.
接下来登场的是我们的老朋友星远，
SGG.
他在
So
前
this
往希
is
拉格
not
执
the
行工程
sister
项目的
that's
同时呢，
usually a
也在
caster.
进行了
This
一场
is
对未知的探索之
the
旅。
速光
Vessel
星源
Bind.
是
This is
辅
like
助中的
the
凝制师
guard，girl.
攻击造成法术伤害，
Don't
还
even
能
have
对敌人
E2.
造成停顿。
She's a 6-star.
他的天赋
Okay.
1数据建模，使得自身对敌人造成停顿时，
I
攻
didn't
击速
even
度
realize it
会
was
小幅增
6-star.
加。
I was just
攻速
confused
增
on
加
like
效果
one of the
最
two
终
sisters
可以加
being
若
an altar,
天
and
赋
even
2
those
能源解
star
析，
level.
令攻击范围内的敌人受到脆弱效果。
Unless I'm mistaken,
敌
and
人
this
在攻击
is
范围
the
内停留超过一段时间
caster
后
girl,
这个脆弱效果
then
还
I'll
会
be
进一步
more
提升。
confused because it would make more
再来看看
sense
技能
if
方面，
it's.
一技能星途闪
This
烁
is
开
to show
启
you
后
how much I don't care
曙
about
光
the
星源
sisters.
攻击力提升，而且攻击可以在敌人间重复跳跃，可以跳跃数次。
这个效果很熟悉啊！看来速光星源还保留了部分炼术师的特性，而在别的技能中，也可以看到使用法术来连锁打击敌人的炼术痕迹。
是的，2技能星术引力是一个自动触发技能，曙光星源的下一次攻击会选择范围内距离目标点最远的数名敌人为目标，造成法术伤害，攻击造成的停顿时间也会延长。同时，这次攻击还会链接目标附近的数名敌人，拉向目标所在位置，并造成伤害和停顿。
听起来2技能还有一定的聚怪效果。下面再来看看3技能并流连锁吧。技能期间，速光星源的攻击范围扩大，攻击力提升，攻击间隔缩短，还能持续锁定数名敌人进行攻击。被锁定的敌人将会相互链接，每名被链接的敌人受到法术伤害时，就会把即将受到的伤害按照一定比例额外传导给其他链接目标。
这里说的传导是给其他链接目标额外附加
Okay,
一
yeah,
个
it
伤
is
害，
essentially
主目标
that
接受到
one
伤害
caster
并不
girl.
会减少。
I'm
我还注
surprised
意到
they
速光
didn't
星源的技能好像
go
和身
with.
份有关，让我想起他出身于星
What?
象学世家
Didn't
的
they
背景。
go with
不知道经过
Astasia?
希拉格一事后，星源对自己的
Stasia
家
makes
庭还
more
有科
sense
学理
than
念
SG.
会不会有什么新的看法？
这就等博士们到故
Okay,
事
so how
中
is she
亲
more
自发现
popular
了
than。Steve?
现在我们先一起看看曙光星源在战场上的表现吧。
Okay.
曙光星源的2技能在释放时会选择距离目标
I
点最远的
just
几名敌人作为
personally
目
think
标
she's，gonna be that
并之后呢
crazy.
还会链接到目标附近的
Maybe
其他
she
几名
might
敌
have
人，
some
向目
interesting
标拉
use
近。
case of like
这是一
maybe
个
a
很好用的技能，不仅可以狙怪，
where she
还可
pulls
以把
enemies
即将
in.
接近阵线的敌人拉回
But
去。
that's
看
kind
敌人被
of
拉回来了。
like maybe she
被
might
2
be
技
good
能命
because
中
of
的
the
敌人还
bullying
会受到
aspect,
较
but
长
if
时
you
间
can't
的停
pull,
顿
she's
效果
probably not，gonna be
可
that
以有
great.
效的控制敌人。
That's just my thought process.
3技能开启
Which
后
means she
会
might
扩
be a
大
lot
攻击
better
范
than
围，
I'm
缩
making it
短
out
攻
to
击间
be.
隔，同时会持续
Of
锁定
course,
数个敌人
without
进行攻
actually
击。
playing the character.
被锁定的目标死亡后，就会切换到其他目标进行锁定，保
I
证曙光星
personally
源
don't
自
think
身对敌人的
this
控制能
skill
力和输出
particular.
能力。
细心的博士大概已经发现了，
Okay,
被
there
3技
we
能锁
go.
定敌人之间呢
I
会
don't.
有一
There
条
might be more
链
to
接。
it. I didn't even see
每
my
个
deck
被链
start,
接的
but-
敌人会把即将受到的法术伤害按一定比例额外传导给其他链接目标。
敌人在受到其他
And
干
how
扰
many
的
is
法术伤
another
害时
character
也
to
能传导。
find?
开启曙光星源的3技能和球白的3技能后，2名高威胁的敌人很快就被击杀了。
Interesting decision.
在天灾的影响下，希拉格的雪山雪崩频发。那雪崩中的战斗有没有
But
什
I
么
mean,
需要额外注
I
意的
like
地
was
方呢？
saying that this was like
雪
in
崩
lore
虽
is
然
a
可怕，但通过合
collaboration
理的
with
战略战术，
Arknights.
雪崩也可能成为我们战斗时的助力。
It kind of makes
现
sense
在
why
就
it's
通过
her
实录来看看
instead,
如何
but
利
at
用
the
雪崩
same
进行
time,
作
I'm
战吧。
like,
糟
I
了，
don't really have
敌
much
人已经
attachment
渐
to
渐
that
出现，可
character.
干员还来不及部署。
没关系，敌人现在处在雪崩区内
Okay,
雪崩会对他们造成大量真实伤害，并以特大力度推动敌人。
特大力度，那推动方向是？
Oh,
看
so
到右
we're
边的圣
bringing
女像了
back
吗？
the
圣
wind,
女像
but
的
the
朝向就是
winds.
雪崩的方向。
原来如此，雪崩的推动效果应该还能帮助我们对付一些格外棘手的敌人。
So
不过
how
雪崩
does
该怎么
that
触发呢？
work
敌人进
with?
入雪崩区就会增加雪崩预警值，
Okay,
预
so
警值到达一定
enemies
上
that
限
spawn
就会触
in.
发雪崩，敌人的重量越重
Okay.
产生的预警值
Could
就
you
越大。
shift them in?
看来泰拉的雪崩和我们世界里的雪崩很像啊。而且似乎在雪崩区里部署我方干员也会增加雪崩预警。雪崩之后，地面干员竟然上了高台。
是的，雪崩也会对雪崩区内的干员
So
造
it
成
does
伤
stay
害，
with
还
your
会把干员
operators,
沿
though.
雪崩方向推动一格。
地面
Makes
干员能
sense.
上高台，高台干员也能下地面，但只能推动到可部署地块。
那如果身后是不可部署地块呢？
这样的话，干员就会受到巨额的伤害和长时间的晕眩，一般情况下就不得不撤退了。
天灾可真是恐怖啊！
也不用太担心，这次莱茵生命特别提供了3种不同的装置来帮
So
助我
okay,
们
so
更好
those
的利用
shrooms
雪崩作
essentially
战。
protects the.
注意，装置得
enemies
部署
from
在
the
雪崩
wind
区内
damage.
才能发挥效果。像这
Okay,
样，
so this seems legitimately like
哇，
the
雪
main
崩直接就
mechanic.
触发了，科技可
Gotcha.
真是方便啊！
So if the turtles hit the wall,
除
they go
了
their
雪崩
backs.
触发装置，我们还可以选择携带积雪固定装置或者落雪防护装置。
比如我现在携带的是雪崩触发装置，部署后呢，就能在短时间内触发雪崩，杀伤敌人。积雪固定装置部署后，能让雪崩延迟触发，雪崩会到装置持续时间结束后才会发生。
而落雪防护装置能够保护干员免受雪崩影响，不过是一次性的，遭遇一次雪崩后就会失效。
哦，这次
Okay.
的 BOSS 战看上去也很不
Showcasing
一
the
般啊。
boss already.
是的，我们将追随初雪，用祈祷仪式来唤醒伊拉冈德。
但雪崩是祈祷仪式的巨大阻碍，我们必须保护初雪，维持
They're
仪式正常进
showcasing a
行。
lot here.
直到初雪完成所有仪式步骤，直面伊拉冈德。
So they're showcasing the skin. Okay, so it's a lot
希拉格的
more
一座火车站
different
毁于
than
天灾
it，
为了
seems.
更快的进行灾后重建，希望博士们能为
Maybe
哈兰
it's
贸
led
易
by
技
the
术研发部
snowball
提供
flow
帮
over
助
to-，
一起收集
The
重建
boss
所
looks
需
like
的
it's
物
not
资。
gonna be like a boss you
在重
fight,
建
but
过程
more
中
like the，
博
boss
士
you
们可以
deal
分
with.
配带有不同点数的修缮规划，用于前进或收集资源。收集到资源能够用来完成收集目标，获取重建值。当重建值达到指定数量时，就可以完成本区域的重建。
不同任务获取的重建值不同，如果超额获取重建值，还可以得到更高的重建评价。
说再多都不如直接看一看。现在就一起跟着录屏感受一下如何完成重建吧。
Okay, the showcasing side event stuff here.
这里有好多不同种类的资源，该怎么收集它们呢？
Mal, I didn't mean to show that.
看到左下角
Again,
带
I
有
need to be careful.
数字的卡牌了吧？这些是每回合发放的修缮规划，要先使用它们来前进，到达所需资源所在的地块，然后再进行采集。
看来使用点数是2的卡牌就会前进2步，
而这张卡牌如果用于收集，则会作为倍数，获得当前区域基础资源数量乘以2倍的资源。
Almost like a deck
使用
builder.
点数
It's,
连
it's,
续的
it's
修
probably
缮
be
规划，
similar to
就
like
可
the
以在
whole
同一
like
个区域内
mineral
连续收集资源，达成连击，还能额外获取一定数量的全种类资源，大大提升重建效率。
每个可重建区域还有独特的场地效果，需要因地制宜的采取重建策略。
如果超预期完成重建计划，还可以获得更高的评分。
如何巧妙利用场地效果，规划更高效的重建策略，就等待博士们自行探索了。
I think that's what's gonna be.
在完成重建任务后，
We'll see.
博士们
We'll
也会
see. I
收到
was
丰
not a
厚的
big
回
fan
报。
of
同时，
the
本期活动商店也将加入新的无限兑换材料研磨石，有需要的博士可以前往活动商店兑换哦。
那就期待博士们在希拉格重建工程中巧用策略，大显身手啦！
为了让博士们能够更加灵活地应对不同的作战环境，我们也在逐渐探索各个职业的多种可能性，丰富子职业的种类。
这次我们将迎来一个新的近位次职业——佣兵。采购凭证商店将新增可兑换的4星干员斜率和5星干员哈迪亚，其中哈迪亚就属于新的佣兵职业。
佣兵可以通过消耗部署费用来强化作战能力。像哈迪亚干员，除了技能效果外，还有一种特殊的装备应变效果。
装备应变，听起来有点意思，不如海猫老师给我们详细说说。
比如哈迪亚的2技能有一条效果是可以在技能期间消耗部署费用，使用1次装备应变。 我们先开启2技能，再点击哈迪亚，可以看到一个新的按钮，这就是一个装备应变的开关。
Interesting. So like a lane order, but there's also modify.
点击之后，哈迪亚扣除了一定部署费用，而技能持续时间也延长了。
是的，不同的技能呢也有不同的装备
I
应变
feel
效
like
果，
certain
同时
classes
呢也
could
可以根据
probably
场景
change
灵活选择
that.
是否使用装备应变。
看来会是一个很有策
Certain
略性
characters
的
could
职
probably
业啊！
change that.
期待博士们
They
运
probably
用头
will.
脑，多多开发这个职业的有趣玩法。
在感谢
I look
之
at
际，
Siege,
采购中心
for
也
example.
上架了不少新款时装，干员们已
Not
经
Siege,
整
my
顿
bad.
仪容，穿上新装，准备好与博士
My
共度
brain's
庆
not
典了。
siege. It is like
推
another
特收藏
character.
系列上架了荒芜拉普兰德的时装、
I'm an
无序的谦
Arknights, so
卑
I。might as well get the
时
right
代系
name.
列包含魔王的时装、追悼、维纳维多利
We're
亚
not
时
talking
装、
about her.
光耀之徒，还有霍尔泰亚的时装、恒久祭礼。
Don't know why my brain thought
荒芜拉
siege.
普兰德、魔王和维纳维多利亚的时装，同时也是动态时装。其中，荒芜拉普兰德和魔王的时装还含有入场动画和时装专属语音。
不必展望。
Savage. That's why.
您现在
I
就是
said
这家
siege.
酒
I
吧
was
的
meant to
boss。
say savage.
拉
Savage
普
could
兰
be
德
a
与他的
mercenary
狼
class
群
character, but
结成为一
besides
族
the。point.
無許可営業のバーに何でもできるバーテンダー。それからとってもシンプルなルールが一つ。今日一日は君がボスで、このすべてを好きにして構わない。君を困らせるお願いは全部ドリンクメニューに加えておくからね。
So, bit of
这个
showcasing
生前记录只属于
of the
我，
influence of a certain
他们离你
day.
很遥远，甚至离那之前的你也是。
Interesting.
这是200年前的故事，是泰拉的特雷西亚的过去。テレジアの記憶に深く潜るというのは不思議な感覚だわ。すべて元から私の中に存在しているものなのに、こうして記憶を探るのはまるで読者になっている気分。ええ、本当に不思議な感覚よ。このディープダイブの記録はあなたに見せるつもりはないわ。
Oh, new voice lines? I'm assuming too, but...
卸下铠甲，换上礼服，金发的议长登上阶梯，这样去参加一场圣礼。殿堂的穹顶洒下天光，为他与他的国家照亮前行的路。
另外，本次版本更新也将追加新的特线模组，灵芝与霍尔海雅将迎来各自的集成战略特线正章。
装备了特线模组的2位干员啊，将在集成战略中创造更加亮眼的表现。至于具体怎样发挥，就由大家亲自探索了。
在以风雪为誓限定寻访开启期间，博士们首次登录即可领取一张10连限定寻访凭证，每天登录还能免费参与1次限定寻访，累计一共可以免费参与14次。还有喀兰圣山许愿墙，每天上线可以免费抽取合成玉。博士们别忘了每天都来试试手气。
在这次限定寻访中啊，累计寻访300次就可以额外领取1次限定干员灵玉银徽。此外，从本期限定寻访开始，在商店中兑换干员耀奇射电光所需的寻访数据契约数量将从300降至200。等到2026年的春节限定寻访开启时，兑换干员西所需的寻访数据契约数量也将降到200。
Learn a Terra fact over a chug bottle of soda. Number 5. Who was the first car crash victim? In 759 Victoria, an engineer yanked a lever, and the first wheeled Originium external combustion engine yeeted itself into a wheat field. Though it only lasted 4 seconds before breaking apart, its flying wheels still found a victim, little George. The lone scarecrow in the field who literally took one for the team. But poor little George could never have imagined how, in the next 300 years, people would mount entire cities onto Originium-powered vehicles. Nomadic cities won the race against catastrophic clouds, and this victory redrew the entire face of Terra. Explorers could now reach farther corners of the world. Envoys gained the means to weave between nations. Even city maps carried by messengers were changed. They must now include plenty of timetables. But many argue that the true rightful holder of the title, the first car crash victim, should be the director of the Gaulish Empire's first arsenal. He lost his left leg while inventing the internal combustion engine, and therefore decided to place every car's control pedal on the right side before they roll off assembly lines. Another dubious first was Captain Fleming, who dedicated his life to making vehicles fly. When he got into an accident in Colombia, he reached a whopping speed of 430 kilometers per hour, a record that still stands today. According to rough estimates, this land sees around 3,000 car accidents every day.
Except for the fact,
Originium leakage from these accidents has become a major cause of oropathy infections.
I mean, granted, there's like airships,
this
so
results in a
technically
number
they
of
probably
infected
would, but
comparable to
not
the total casualties of a regional war.
They're not like mass-produced.
Perhaps ever since the fall of Little George, the Originium industry has been running at full throttle. But look at these horrific stats. Maybe it's time we remember the other pedal we've got called the brake. Maybe it's time to slow things down a bit. Learn something new over a chug bottle of soda. Subscribe to my channel. More secrets of Terra await.
在不断追求速度的年代啊，或许是时候慢一点了。不过今天的感谢庆典可还不能刹车。
那听起来是要加快速度来到那个环节。
没错，就用第一轮抽奖来继续炒热庆典的气氛吧。咱们这次啊，就来体验一下谢拉格的新型娱乐项目跑跑活兽。看这边啊，双向跑道上布满了各种单项奖励，当然呢，还有大家最喜欢的屏幕上了。驼兽可以从2头起点开始冲刺，最后驼兽的头部到达哪一格，就能获得对应格子上的奖励了。
原来如此，还挺有意思的。只要我们俩的驼兽不要出车祸就好。
没事的，那我们就动起来吧。
好的。好，那我就先来。3、2、1，开始。是晶体电子单元，
你这还没实力呢，
也还不错吧？我正好缺这个材料。
那轮到我了，希望我能够
帮
大家拿到这个
头上要冲刺了。
虽然我还累一点，
你得跑到这个赛道上，但是，确实是总归至少是到了2了，对不对？ 这个不错的冲刺，即使是我都能感受到心潮澎湃。
那么本轮奖
So
励
you
也是
guaranteed a little bit.
如预期所见啊，就是奥和晶体电子单
Well, then
元
again,
稍
maybe
后
he
都
didn't
会
have,
发送
like,
到博士们
the
的
correct
邮箱中，
sliding.
请博士们注意查收了。
When a city straps on propellers, it becomes paradise. 600 meters ahead of its time, Starpod is just a speed bump for this marvel. To all the pioneers, trailblazers, progressives of Colombia, Terra's first ever expo dedicated to skybound living is landing now in Propeller Paradise. Grab your ticket today and score a free Dr. Oxygen voucher.
Interesting that
天
focusing
空氧气
heavily on
瓶
the idea of them being
乍一
in
听还有点
sky
心动，是怎么
a lot.
回事啊？不要上了这种
Granted,
奇
I mean
怪
there's
广
like
告
already
啊，诺曼老
spaceships
师
to an extent, or like skycrafts.
等等，怎么是诺曼老师？黑潮老师人呢？啊，他已经先一步去买天空生活展会的票了，所以就换我来主持。啊，各位博士晚上好，初次见面，我是明日方舟的关卡策划诺曼。啊，那看来黑桥老师也和哥伦比亚人一样，已经陷入了天空。
Oh, that's an upcoming event. Gotcha. If you know, doesn't die on us.
对，轰动全泰拉的特里蒙事件，如今已经过去2年了。每个哥伦比亚人现在早上醒来的第一件事就是养活看天。特区边缘的荒野上，一座名为螺旋桨天堂的实验园区啊，横空出世。人们对天空最狂野的想象都在这里即将得到验证。一座浮在天上的实验园区，这是奇怪的地方了。螺旋桨天堂的整个浮空结构层啊都没有莱茵的展区。进驻名单里，莱茵的主任似乎也只来了1位。既然是与浮空技术有关园区，难道是没错。对于他来说啊，那个浑浊的梦，或许终于有机会沉淀了。这位老朋友会有怎样的新故事，就请大家期待了。让我们把目光从天空转回地面，在罗德岛啊，新一轮的模拟作战也即将开展。哦，这次又是会以什么样的形式出现的模拟作战呢？那让我来给你几个关键词啊：3合1、电表倒转、10个维持戴尔。啊，我知道了，是那个。
Is this like that event that like whatever it's called, the building tile event? I'm gonna call it. Could be something different. Strongguard protocol. Okay, gotcha.
正如大家在视频里看到的，罗德岛的模拟作战
So they're bringing
位
back
数协
Strongguard
议即将开启新的一期，想必博士们也注意到了，本次位数协议我们还将迎来一些新的变化。
你
先别说，让我来猜一猜。盟约呢，既是指干员们之间的羁绊，也是博士们之间的连接。啊，好像还挺热血的嘛。那具体是怎么一回事呢？干员们将会获得2项特殊的强化能力：盟约和特质。我们给调度内的所有模拟干员都分配了所属盟约，部署一定数量归属于相同盟约的干员后，就可以激活盟约。盟约也可以不断叠层，给战斗提供非常强烈的增益。听起来盟约是本次模拟作战的重要核心啊，而特质则是给干员们形成的一种特殊天赋。这些天赋呢，有些是直接给干员提供的强化，有些呢则会强化盟约的效果。这么说，特质和盟约在战局内还会互相影响。是的，我们很期待博士们会用这2种能力碰撞出怎样的化学反应，组建出怎样的强力阵容。哎，刚刚说盟约还意味着博士们的连接，那难道说这次位数协议还会有联机玩法？你猜对了，除了单人作战以外啊，本次我们还追加了联合模拟模式，博士们可以和另外3位博士一起组队，共同迎击全新的敌人。联合模拟作战中将会存在一个特殊的环节——联防阶段。如果在作战中有博士漏怪，但同时有队友达成了完美作战的话，该队友就可以协助进行联防。完美作战的博士将会成为坚实的后盾，帮漏怪的博士继续歼灭剩余的敌人。太好了，有强大的队友就是安心啊！而到了最终攻势阶段，4位博士将进行2两分组，分别前往2个决战场对抗 BOSS。 在这个广阔的大战场上，博士们将分别驻守战场的左右两侧，与 BOSS 进行战斗。
虽然处在2个决战场地上，但博士们面对的是同一个 BOSS。BOSS 的血量将在两边同步显示。考验实力的时候到了，汇合4人之力，共同打倒 BOSS 吧。
除了中央的领袖敌人啊，博士们也要注意紧随首领而来的精锐小队，别让他们突破了防线。不过也不用太担心，如果敌人进入了蓝门，另一个战场的队友也会一同进行防御。
只要拥有恰当的策略和良好的协作，相信无论是多么强大的敌人，博士们都一定能够战胜。
那现在我们就一起看看录屏演示，感受一下盟约究竟是如何起作用的吧。离最终公式阶段不远了，我们赶紧再提升一下。
出现了。
Oh, there's multiple players.
合成大营会。
OK.
这决定是你了，简。
穿好装备。很好，我感觉稳了，准备开战。
我们的可汗大军已经整装待发了。
战斗吧！
这波怪海气势汹汹啊！
没关系，到谢拉格盟约发挥作用的时候了。听着真音展的现身，真是十分解压。来见见谢拉格的力量吧。
Is it like if someone fails, other enemies go to the other
这
places?
蹭蹭上涨的盟约层数，这
Like
就是
in
所谓的越战越勇吗？在盟约的加成下，敌人很快就被消灭了，就是这个战斗爽。
看来有队友漏怪，进入联防阶段啊。那到我大显身手的时候了，队友，我来助你。
Or is it to like if someone didn't finish, you get to try? Enter.
不愧是我们热血沸腾的组合技啊！
Okay.
这敌人的数量有点多。
Okay,
不过好像够不上。
So the next player gets to stay. So if this guy fails, then the other person will have to.
好，轻松度过联防。
Is it gonna just continue getting more,
好了，
or is
马
it
上就要到组合技发挥威力的最终时刻了。
我们联合。
哎，怎么在最激动人心的时刻结束了？好不容易看到最终敌人的冰山一角，似乎是没见过新敌人啊。
没错，关于新的领袖敌人呢，当然还是要先保留一点神秘感啦。另外啊，为了让博士们充分体验玩法，本期模拟作战将会开启2次。更多内容就请博士们在本轮活动上线后亲自来体验吧。在后续版本中啊，新一期的引航者试炼也会和大家见面。
大家熟悉的那些老朋友，或者说老对手，也会在本期试炼中登场。来自卡西米尔、伊比利亚研磨、莱塔尼亚等地的强敌正等待着博士们的再次挑战。
哎，各位博士是不是也从图中发现了很有意思的敌人组合呢？非常期待看到博士们的精彩作战记录。随着舰员的探索，我们在E的指引下打破了现实与碎石的障壁，战胜了记忆中的巨兽，改换碎兽的记忆，并在长卷上留下了一点珍贵的染墨。一切都看似顺利，可碎兽却是沉睡而非死亡。
You have to wait like probably about an hour to download a gigabyte of data.
他难道会任由别人在他的思维里胡作非为吗？
这碎兽总不会突然醒过来，然后把所有人都打一顿吧？
那倒不会，但我们也没有办法用人的思维去衡量碎兽。说不定在大研和代理人们正睡的同时啊，碎兽也早已在酝酿自己的反击了。
在即将到来的碎的界缘之役内容拓展2中，我们将会直面碎以想象编织的反击，也将见证望借人为棋，反复筹谋后，在这界缘深处布下的最后一手。
本次内容拓展还将新增16至18 3个难度，并增加新的分队、收藏品和通宝。古今学识中也会增设新的全新节点，供博士们进一届时长变强。
届时又会有哪些新奇古怪的物件出现在界缘中，就请博士们一探究竟啦。
此外，我们的老朋友预设参数，也就是博士们常说的种子模式，也将在第2次内容拓展时迎来限时复刻。
欢迎博士们多多分享自己的超级护具，别忘了也可以使用别人分享的预设参数，多多尝试不一样的探索体验哦。
很期待这次会看到怎样的预设天胡局，还有各种各样好玩的种子，已经等不及要在休战后的界缘酣战一番了。
接下来我们要讲述的是一位英雄的故事，
也是米诺斯这个英雄的故乡
It's
建立
either
的
an
历史。
advertisement
亚
or
塞
a
努斯，
teaser for an
一切
Egyptian
要从
event.
这座城市说起。在非常非常久远的从前，花园中还没有建起崇拜英雄的神殿，一帮人的铁蹄踏上了这片丰饶的土地，拿惯了铁犁与笔的手才抓起武器。同胞的鲜血已浸染麦田，冲色水渠。在悲痛的呼号中，走出了漂泊的诗人克瑞斯拉，那是他的名字。
Or maybe
不，
where Bison
英雄不会
is?
从一开始就是英雄。克瑞斯拉在起初
Um,
忘于
Greece.
恐惧，将他驱向
Something
了
with
合摩伊
Greece.
山
At，this point, just like it just kind of
直至
occurred
他
to me
力
like
竭倒
Greece,
地。
not so
在
much
朦胧的视
Egyptian.
线中，山岩裂开了口子。英雄当有超越常人的勇气，群山说道。
I can't even Minos. Was it?
群山在他面前开口，讲述一个又一个英雄的故事，将英雄的气概倾注在克瑞斯拉的心中，让伤痕累累的手
I mean, I
重
could
振
just
握住
literally
了
bring
战
up
旗。
Arknights.
岂有不可战胜的敌人？岂有牙兽能吞噬
Oh yeah,
高
it is
山
kind of a Paulus buff.
这就是奇妙的命运。有时成为英雄，只需要一个简单的契机。克瑞斯拉的诗篇就此在爱琴平原回响。他传唱群山讲述的故事，
Minoan
诗篇
operators.
也将他的故事传唱。克瑞斯拉夺得关键的一胜，渴望成为英雄的人们走向这片群山环绕的花园。亚塞努斯变成了米诺斯的第一座城。以上就是古亚塞努斯建成的传奇故事啦。听起来是有些荒诞的成分，不过米诺斯人的传说就是这么夸张的。
It's been a hot minute.
今年我们博物馆将开启米诺斯主
哦
题特展。
So
不
it
久后，
is
我也会前
to
往
an
新亚塞
extent
努斯
connected
城
to Egypt.
开展文化交流活动。
Okay, that makes me wonder on the
还有什么
Minos
美
then
角？
as well.
此处应有笑话活跃气氛。 时间不够，算了。那么，欢迎大家光临我们法尔贾万达巴德博物馆的特展，领略米诺斯诗篇与英雄文化的魅力。
Okay, I'm kind of
博物
confused
馆的
now
藏品
how
真
they're
是
gonna
琳
go
琅
base
满目
around。that.
哎，你说这些古代藏品中有没有可能存在这么一种东西？比如说理制
It's
药
like
自动饮用机
Here's
之类
sort of
的。
like Minos,
啊，
but
那
then
确
it's
实
like,
啊，
oh
当
no,
理
it's
制药
back
开
to
锅7时
Egypt
能自动
to
喝下的那种
get-
啊，对对，就是那种，就是那种。啊
I mean,，
看得出来啊，这
Greece
问题已经困扰你
kinda
很久了。
close to
那为了
Egypt,
消除博士们类似的烦恼，我们也将对此进行优化。等到这次版本更新之后啊，所有种类的理智药剂到期时都将不再自动销毁，而是变为自动使用。啊，这下安心多了，就算忘记喝理智药，也再也不用担心浪费了。不过，请博士们注意，无论是否为自动使用，使用药剂兑换理智都和之前一样，无
It's
法
like the
超过
beginning
999
was
的
like
上限。
it's Egypt,
理
and
智
then
虽
it's
好，
like,
可
oh
不要
no, this
贪
is
杯
like
哦。
nothing
在未来
closer
版本
to
中，
Egypt
我们也会
or
持
like
续优化
Roman,
各项游戏内
and
容
it's like,。nope
在接下来的几个月内，
Plot
我们会
twist
逐步改良会客室的线索功能，新增快捷置入线索和快捷传递重复线索功能。哎，
Okay,
使用
so
快捷
quality
置入就可以将已有的线索
This
快捷的放到
looks
对应的
like
空位上，
related
越早到期的线索
to
越会被优先放置，而快捷传递功能则能够把自己持有的重复线索一
one
次
of them
性赠
being
送
like
给
the
缺少对
clue
应线索的好
deposit
友。
thing.
这下子可以大大减轻放置和传递线索的操作负担了。除此之外呢，我们也将再次优化助战系统，解除助战干员的练度限制。
Okay,
优化后啊，无论当前队伍干员最高等级是多少
so they're
无论与助战博士是否为好友关系，都可以按照助战干员的原本练度来使用干员。
a
助
little
战干
bit
员的
of
等
like the
级、模
UI
组和技
design
能
of
专
the
精不再
module
受限
system.
希望这样可以让新老博士
So
们
the
更顺畅
icon
地
of
接
the
到自己
character
想
will
要的干员，
change
更
depending
方便
upon
地
the
使用助战
module
干
level
员
as
完成
well.
各类任务。
So
以
instead
上
of
几
just
项优化呢，
being
理智药
X,
自动
Y,
使
and
用
then
将
like a
在10
number
月
to
1
it.
日新版本更新后生效。
Interesting
其余
decision.
几项优化将在未来几个月内陆续生效，还请博士们耐心等待。我们会一直聆听博士们的声音，改善博士们的游玩体验。欢迎大家给我们提出更多宝贵的意见，也请博士们对后续的长线优化保持期待。
Learn a Terra fact over a chug bottle of soda. Number 6. Competitive sports across Terra. We've got an amusing message here. Professor Erickson, I failed to get tickets to Kazimir's special night tournament, but my roommate claims it's no big deal. He says night competitions are just glorified marble games. How do I clap back? Sorry, champ, but your roommate might be right this time. In fact, one of the goals of all sports, including night competitions, is to find out who's better. The difference lies in how that plays out. At a Sargon bazaar, you'll often see crowds gathered around a large box, watching two gloom pincers pitted in a fight to knock their rival's armor off. Meanwhile, in Sami, they don't even need a box anymore. Because when your gladiators are the size of small mountains, they prefer to do battle au natural.
A lot of references here, by the way. So many fucking references.
As for the night competitions of Kazamirsh, a friend of mine put it best. You'll always see what you want to see there, even if you don't realize it. Some say sports are just war with shorts on. Others say it's about pushing limits. If you ask me, I'd say, if you had no luck snatching tournament tickets, maybe check out the Formula Chariot Racing. It's in Lacedaemon, Minos. You won't regret it. Learn something new over a chug bottle of soda. Subscribe to my channel. More secrets of Terra await.
Like that last one
哎，
reminds
话
me of
说
Star
刚刚
Wars.
看海猫老师黑桥老师的那个谢拉格驼兽比赛，搞得我也有点跃跃欲试。
There's a lot of
正
references
好
to
第二
that
轮
that I'm
比
not
赛马上
gonna
就要
just
开启了，
list
让我
all
们
of
来看
them that I
看
can
诺
think
曼老
of.
师你的潜力吧。那这轮抽奖还新增了神秘奖励，就在这儿，博士们可以猜猜看会获得什么哦。
海猫老师，等等我！
黑桥老师也回来了，那看来他是从天空仔回来了啊。
是的
听说要抽奖是吧？
对，听到要抽奖，我是快马加鞭，火速赶回。毕竟多一个人就能多给博士们多抽一点奖励啊。
说的没错。本次抽奖呢，有多的脱手可以选择。来，黑桥老师，来选择你的英雄吧。
哦，选哪个好呢？我觉得这个紫色比较骚气。那就这只吧。他冥冥中在召唤我，看这次能冲锋到什么奖励。3、2、1，冲锋！
哎，
这是龙纹币。哎，我这个手气
又不使劲。
Doesn't feel like you pushed hard enough.
看看诺曼老师的。
好啊，让我来感应一下。
挑哪只呢？
哎，果然还是这只金色的，感觉跟我磁场最合啊，金闪闪的感觉，一看就有一种凹的气息。好，就是你了，1、2、3，走。哎，这个是什么奖励？是那个问号啊，是刚才的神秘奖励。那要不诺曼老师亲自来探索一下这儿有什么秘密吧？然后说内有玄机。哦，这个东西它好像可以翻开。哦，里面有个什么东西？
这是？
哎，这是什么东西呢？哦，好像是一艘战舰的模型。没错，感谢银老板送上的火箭啊！为了庆祝时隔许久的重逢，银辉也为各位盟友送上了礼物——1号项目决定版。礼物会在11月1日版本更新后发送到博士们的邮箱中，领取有限，打开礼物就可以获得3万龙纹币。太好了，是银老板给我们打赞助来了。
哎，不过在那之前啊，今天我们第2个奥还没有出现。海豹老师，你是我们最后的希望了。
哎，好吧，看来大家的奥没有吃出现，那就必须我来为大家完成这个愿望了。
海豹老师要出手了，
让我来选择猛男的颜色，猛男驼兽能够帮我们实现这个愿望。猛男加油啊！何意味啊？
这手失效了。
别急，一样阿甘德在上，我自有对策。伊拉甘德，
这不对，这一定有什么机关啊！我得检查一下。
Going up the bullshit。
这有什么玄机呢？这是有3颗金币，上面谢拉格的金币。
没错，它的秘密终于被发现了。不过为什么是3枚呢？然后说它里面有什么特别的含义吗？
我想起来了，是不是我们紧张刺激的3连签到活动？
没错，我们看到在去年的感谢庆典3连签到狂欢中啊，博士们拿奖励拿得非常开心，所以今年我们当然要让这美好的庆典时光更久的停留，让博士们玩得更尽兴。
是的，在今天直播结束后，庆典的前瞻签到就会开启，博士们登录达到一定天数就可以获得名片主题圣境，能把5星干员技能直接专3的资深干员技巧级，还有感谢庆典物资补给，当然别忘了还有6个金灿灿的原石。
那等到11月1日感谢庆典正式开启后啊，就会开启第2轮签到。这轮奖励有艾斯戴尔的时装、花美圆舞曲，还有可交互家具、风雪塑像，还有合成玉等其他奖励。在庆典的尾声阶段，当然也要用美好的回忆来收尾啦。 在第3弹补给签到中，我们会先后送出7张中间寻访凭证，希望能够帮助博士们在即将到来的中线甄选卡池中更方便的获取想要的干员。
那刚刚抽到的3万罗门币和奥尔也会发到博士们的邮箱里，希望大家能在庆典中玩得开心。
刚刚海猫老师，虽然已经有了奥，也有了很多签到福利，但是人的欲望是无穷的。你懂我意思？有没有更多的？
其实奥的力量还有一部分还在沉睡中，等待唤醒啊。那看刚才棋盘上的奥，你们觉得会不会藏着什么秘密呢？
哎，让我来研究一下，难道跟刚才那个问号一样吗？哎，它这里也是可以揭开的啊。哦，下面有字，黑恰老师来帮我一下。
来救你。
好
，Special Recruit，
这是哦 ，Special Recruitment 特别招募行动。
没错，罗曼老师。那我问你，你在公开招募时感觉最惊喜的时候什么时候？
那肯定是在我开除中产产的资深干员和高级资深干员，对吧？
那么在欢乐的感谢庆典上，我也想让博士们再次体会到这种既兴奋又刺激的乐趣。等到待会儿直播结束后，特别公开招募活动就会开启。活动期间，博士们下一次刷新招募词条，必定会出现资深干员词条。
哦，海猫老师力量竟然已经可以影响到公开招募了。而且还是必得5星的资深干员词条。
Okay, so I'm guessing after a certain point,
不用高兴的那么早。
Okay.
你以为只是5星就结束了吗？哦，直播结束后只是开启本次特别公开招募活动的第1阶段，第2阶段将在11月1日版本更新后开启。活动第2阶段期间，下次刷新招募词条就必定会出现高级资深干员。
也就是说，在活动时间内，只要分别完成2个阶段的特别公开招募活动，我就可以免费获得1名5星干员和1名6星干员。
是的，不知道大家会招募到哪2位干员，很期待啊！
博士们也请注意，特殊公开招募的第1阶段会在11月1日版本更新前结束。
Okay, so it's like a unique new system to the recruitment. So during probably limited events, it gets better as the weeks go by.
А теперь закройте учебники. Я расскажу вам о том, благодаря кому Урсус обрел свое место под солнцем. Верно, Игорь. Но эту историю вы не найдете ни в книгах, ни в гимнах.
Are we getting a Russian event? Are we getting the Zima altar that's been like broken forever? They have yet to really touch much from the Ursus students.
И многого добился на ратном поприще. И пока другие довольствовались милостями Грифона и смиренно ждали смены правления, Игоря волновал лишь один вопрос. Как взять власть в свои руки? Вскоре эпоха возвысила своего единственного героя. Железные копыта конницы хана Менгуула растоптали города Грифона и его былое величие. Бездействие редко ведет к успеху. А когда бездействует целая страна, наступает крах. На балу во дворце Сент-Пегас вельможи Грифона, разодетые в роскошные наряды, не замечали острого взгляда одного из гостей. Это был Игорь. В бушующем пламени он разглядел шанс заполучить безграничную власть, стоило лишь протянуть руку. И он без колебаний ухватился за этот шанс. Пламя гнева разгоралось.
Okay, so this is definitely a Russian-esque event.
Стволы орудий повернулись против столицы. Мотыги разбили ворота.
Something that might tie to
Люди
different
бесновались,
region.
пока последний из вельмож не исчез в огне. Тогда-то Игорь поднял с колен Урсус, избавив его народ от покорности и страха. Люди навсегда запомнят тот день, когда возродился
I mean, granted,
Урсус.
I don't know much about episode 16, so it might tie into that.
Крепко держал бразды
Black
правления в своих руках.
Snake, Tallulah shit.
Он призвал своих приверженцев обратить взоры дальше.
Deathless Black Snake or
В
whatever it's
итоге
called again.
повсюду на пограничных территориях
So,
Казимира
influencing by
были
that.
водружены знамена Урсуса.
Tallulah? But they go that
Рудники на
far?
севере неустанно питали войну энергией.
I doubt it. I mean, it's been a hot minute. I don't know anything that comes up in the future chapters, so...
О, разумеется, все они здесь. Во дворцах, в городах, на полях сражений и в каждой оде правителю Игорю. Но в одах нет ни слова о простых людях, ни слова о рабах, погребенных в недрах шахт. Одни шли за Игорем, используя могущество себе во благо, другие же не могли распорядиться даже своей жизнью, не говоря уже об остальном. Народ и по сей день восхваляет правителя Игоря. Он добивался величия силой. Этого я жду и от вас. Да будет славен великий Урсус, и пусть его будущее принадлежит сильнейшим.
That's definitely don't know
这
what
是
the
一
fuck
场
that
别
is.
开生面的历史课啊！这次诺曼老师又不见了，难不成去找那位神秘的女教师要签名了？
他是着急去参加罗德岛番茄派对了。
Not certain how I feel. I mean, a lot of people, it's very obvious people want to really be playable. Maybe an assistant accounts to alter, but some random character. It's I don't know how people would feel overall. But then again, barely look at what the character even is, so. Okay, collaboration with whatever that food store, I'm assuming, is. Probably won't get it in the EN version. That's just how some collabs go. Arknights and Idolo? Idolo?
听着这亲切的旋律，我仿佛感觉自己
These
已经
are
在
like
派
these
对上。
small, I don't
是啊
give a
很多
fuck
博士们应
collabs.
该已经
Like
注意到
everyone
了，
doesn't
明日
really
方
like
舟
care
携手
too
海底
much
捞，
about.
在海底捞全国门店开启了
They just
罗德
do
岛
it.
番茄派对系列联动活动，
It's generally
感
based
谢
off
博士
another
们这一天
series.
的
That's
关注
when
与
it
支
generally
持。
gets hyped.
此外，
So.
从10月26日，也就是明天开始，主题特点门店活动也将陆续开启，欢迎博士们到店体验。
Maybe different for
快来
certain
和干员
people,
们一起参加
especially
派
because
对
you
吧！
know
更多活动详情，
Chinese
请博士们
Chinese
留意海底捞
collaboration
官
with
方自
Chinese
媒体公告。
companies that are in
此外
China.
明日方舟还将在不久之后与上好佳
It
开
holds
展联
different
动，
weight.
联动产品在
Also
积极筹备
collaboration
中。
with
真
Hoshi,
想知道将来会
whatever
有哪
Hoshi
些好
is,
吃的
I
零
have
食
no
和有趣的
idea.
周边与大家见面。更多
Again,
联动信
another
息将于后续
probably
公开，
lot
还
more
请博士们
popular,
先保持
probably
期待啦。
maybe one
在
more
漫画方
known.
面，续缘组曲《猩红血钻》的实体版
But
也即将
personally,
与博士们见面。
I don't
除了
really
包含
care
此前
too
的全部连载
much.
内容以外啊，实体漫画还将收录人设原案，让我们一起
Doesn't
随着
really
漫画
too
再
excite
次
me
回顾黑影
collaboration-wise.
与剧场的往事吧。
饱受大家喜爱的123罗德岛系列也终于迎来了第3册实体漫画。欢迎博士们
Is
在
that
漫
the
画诙谐
volume?
轻松的氛
I
围
don't
中，
think- I don't know
与干
if
员
that's,
们一起度过愉快
but
而有
maybe
趣
it
的
is.
罗德岛日常。
此外，随着新一季主线动画的完结，《明日方舟》主线动画原画设定集第2册也正在紧锣密鼓的筹备中，相信很快就会和博士们见面。对了，黑桥老师啊，我最近找到了一个好东西，软乎乎的，非常舒服。你想不想知道是什么？
是什么东西？
来，我给你看，这个就是我们的龙泡泡睡衣。据说啊，穿上它就能体会到和龙泡泡贴贴的感觉。黑桥老师，你一定很想试一下吧？
让我试一下。
来。
Oh, it's in the end.
好，这个是非常大的一件啊。
Whatever you would call this, like a full-on.
很好。
Not jacket, but.
然后后面还有龙泡泡的尾巴，很不错啊。好像可以体验一下泰拉人是怎么，生活坐椅子的了。
这么舒服的睡衣，感觉。
I'm just imagining myself. Would I wear that to a cemetery for work? Because I mean, if you don't know,
但是
since
我
like
们的
April,
宝
I've
贝
been working at a
可不只
cemetery.
有这
So.
些啊，我还有很多很多要给大家分享的。
You see, like a crap ton of like.
你看
Like
这是什么
work is at a restaurant,
这不是我最
right?
喜欢的
Like
宝宝
something
吗？我
like
等了
that.
好久啊。
For some
没错，你
reason.
可以看一看。
So if they somehow manage to be able to do that,
有宝宝在啊，感觉整个直播间都变得可爱了。 说实话，我从2008年开始就在等待宝宝实体化了。
啊，那说起可爱的小伙伴，
I
还
want
不
it,
止这些
but
吧？
没错，
I mean, then again,
龙泡泡
even
的
if it's
全新
available
主题
for
周边啊，
global,
心愿系列
I doubt
也
it
在
it's
筹划中
global.。
龙泡泡会用怎样的风格来演绎
Yes,
12星座的特色呢？也请博士们保持期待了。
此外，明日方舟
I
与
could
万
talk
代
about.
一
I
番
could
赏
literally
即
make
将
a
推出
video
合作
about
企划，
Yellowstar
来份
before
甜
the
点。
whole entire
罗德岛的
controversy
闲
with
暇时
Yellowstar
光，
is currently
欢迎
happening
各位
right
博士
now.
关注明日方舟
That
潮
people
龙
are
山官
starting
方
to
自媒体，
realize that
了解
Yellowstar is
更
not
多的
that
后
great
续
of a
情况。
company.
在手办方面啊，有很多
Anyway
新品即将与大家见面。
奥拉
Anyway,
兰德的1:7比例手办即将推出。
okay,
曾在6周
figurine
年直播
for
中公开情报的
Loplon
星月的天
and
使新一二
Uxusai.
造型手办也
Alter
会很快开售。
此外，我们带来了
And
为施戴尔的
Wishdale
1:7等比例手办的原型预览。
由 Alter 制作的庆典之夜系列也有了新的动态，其中黑羽 W 手办正在明日方舟官方旗舰店火热预售中，喜欢的博士们千万不要错过哦。
除了等比手办以外，可爱的 Q 版手办也有不少新情报。
W 与森月送装人的粘土人将以明日方
Okay,
舟
so
与
they're doing
三
the
丽鸥家
androids
族
with
联动的
the
红彩茶
Sanrio
绘主题
collab.
形象登场。
潮龙山与 Apex 合作开发的来份甜点系列手
I
办
know there are
也
different
在
collabs
持续
as
推
well,
出。
seems like, or at
这次
least
我们迎来的是
time, which is
罗各
probably
斯
just
和
confirms.
银灰 ，Q 版的他们也非常可爱啊。
而荒芜拉普兰德与缄默德克萨斯两位干员则会加入来自聚会 Q 版手办系列。
哎，海猫老师，你说初雪刚当
Again,
上
I
看
feel
守的
like
时候
the
过的是怎样的生活呢？
说不定是在
the
雅儿的
merchandise
指导下忙着学
just
习各
seems
种各样的
way
事情。
better always most of the
顺
time
武的
than
工作
Ian's.
网页活动现已开启
What Yo Circum's
欢迎博士们
most of the
前来
time.
体验，与初雪一起一步步完成雪山大典。参与就有机会获得合成玉、实物周边等丰厚奖励。更多内容请关注明日方舟自媒体相关动态。此外，谢拉格除冰大赛也正在火热进行中。
博士们，快前往森空岛
Oh,
与
I'm
希
so
拉格
okay.
的
I
朋友
just
们
realized
一起
there's
参加大
nothing
赛
with
吧！
cliff art.
在比赛中还有机会
Like
获得
they
iPhone 17
they
Pro
did like
Max
two
实物
different
周边
altars for
和其
like
他道具奖励
you。know Phalanx
虽
and
说
Silver
罗德
Ash,
岛
but they
平
didn't do
日
anything
事务
for
繁
cliff
忙
art.，
干员们也还是需要好好休息，享受自己的轻松时刻。
哎，我觉得呢，有几只小熊啊，非常适合帮助干员们放松啊。
哦，可以放松的小熊，哎，我知道了，是轻松熊。
没错，很高兴告诉各位博士啊，
Another
明日方
collab
舟
out
与
of
轻
nowhere
松
that
熊即将
I
在
don't
明
really
年上
care
半年
about.
开启联动。本次
It's
联
like,
动将带来
okay.
全新的干员联动时装，还有家具、
Rika
头像等各项内容。
干员们穿上轻松熊装饰的衣服，躺在轻松熊模样
Can't
的
say
家
much.
具上，光是想想就觉得很惬意啊。
是的，我
Not
们也
interesting.
希望通过这些
Not
内容啊，让
exciting
博士
me.
们与
I'm
干
waiting
员
for that
和
collab
小
that
熊
will
一起度
excite
过
me to
轻
hell
松
and
自在
back.
的时光。关于更多联动内容，就请博士们
That'll
关
make
注
me
后续
literally
官方
destroy
自
my
媒体。
microphone by
放松
screaming.
完了以后，也该
Get
好好活
that.
动活动筋骨了。你说做些什么户外活动好呢？
那最近啊，正好有个外出狩猎的机会啊，要不要试试？
哦，听起来不错，像角兽、岩冠兽、岩羚都是很合适的猎物啊。
能不能有点梦想啊？瞄准一些更有想象力的目标。
Like it's gotta make me excited enough to wake up everyone in the
谁
neighborhood.
说狩猎一定要在
Okay.
泰拉呢？
嗯。
Okay. It's probably Monster Hunter. Which I'm surprised to even see Capcom again because I thought they fucked everything up with Capcom. I'm not excited. Come on! Can we do like Resident Evil or something else?
怪物猎人开启全新
Why are we
联
doing
动
Monster
非常
Hunter
感谢
again?
博士们对怪猎17联动的喜
Seriously.
爱，是大家的支持。
Why are we
为我
doing
们带来了
Monster
二次
Hunter
元的可
again?
能。
是的
Capcom
本
has
次
so
联动
many
也将带来
different
全新的
IPs.
side story
Plus, I
博士们
thought
上
they
演
fucked
明日
over
方
half
舟与怪物
Capcom
猎
by
人
doing
创造
Devil
出的
May
新
Cry.
故事。
话说
But
当
no,
中是不是还在
Monster
戏里看到
Hunter
两位熟悉的伙伴的影子？
I
相
don't
信博士们
I
也都注意到
could
了，
rant
猎
about
人的
Monster
好搭档
Hunter,
爱龙猫与牙猎犬
but
将以罗德岛隐秘队的身份
I don't
前
give a
来支援
fuck
各位博士。
about
没
Monster
错
Hunter.
在猎人们的探险与战斗中，
I
大
just
显身手
don't.
的两位随从会
This
给
is
罗
not
德岛干员
exciting.
们带来怎样的帮助呢？这就请博士们到故事中自己发现了。
嗯，
Like, I understand
这
doing
还有视频里
collabs
那
with
些在夜
series,
晚飞
but
舞
this
的
is
光点
Capcom we're talking about.
这里
This
就
is the
先给
same
大家卖个关子
situation with
接下来会
anime.
展开怎样的
When you
狩
do
猎
an
故事
anime they collab, there's probably going to be better options depending upon what you go on for.
另外，《明日方舟》与胖胖在近期开启全球范围的双向联动活动，从罗德岛到班几号。
So something with
联动开启
Poppyco,
后，博士们可以前往联
probably.
动专题网页，登录明日方舟账号，即可在游戏内的邮箱中领取联动家具。
在泡姆中则会更
The
新
issue
民
with
方所属的
Popcorn
小游戏关卡，
is that
大家进入
they didn't
游戏
really
即可免费解锁体验了。此外，还会
I
上
can
架
talk about
与迷
Popcorn
方
a
中
lot
联动的
here.
付费外观 DLC，
The
包
biggest
含迷
issue
方
is
中
that
主
it's
持
a
的一
co-op
些角色
game,
外观与
so if you
副
don't
本
have
色外
anyone
观。
else to play
会
with,
有
which
哪
is
些
very
感应
likely
装
for a
在
lot
碰
of
碰中
people,
出现，就请博士们从途中寻找
kind
答
of
案了。
screwing up the
联
player
动的更多
base,
信
like
息
the amount
与
of
细
players
节
you can
将在未来
have.
发布，届时
If
还
you don't
请
have
博
like,
士
you
们留意官
know,
方自媒体消息。
matchmaking,
时间
which
过得
the
真快
demo
不
didn't
知
have
不觉中，今
matchmaking.
天的感谢庆典
I
直
have
播
not
已经来
checked,
到
but
说
I
再见的时间了。
doubt
庆
the
典的意义
actual
呢，
full
就是为了
release
表
has
达我们对各位
matchmaking,
博士的感
aside
谢。
from
正是因为有
inviting
你们
your
在，
friend.
我们才能不断的去尝试更多
Anyway
更有趣的内容，才能将每一位富有魅力的干员和每一个动人的故事呈现在大家面前。
在接下来的时光里，
Yeah,
我们也会
Cap-
持续
there's
的
so
用
many
热爱
fucking
与
options
努力
for
为博士
Capcom.
们带去更多的快乐与感动。
It annoys
博士们，
me
下次
that
庆
it's
典
like,
再
oh,
会
we do
啦！
Monster Hunter again because we've done Monster
Bye-bye.
Hunter already. I hate that reasoning for like an IP like Capcom. I actually, I legitimately hate that reasoning. Like, I understand other collabs, fair enough, but Capcom, we're talking about Capcom. We're talking about Capcom. There's so many other IPs. Give Monster Hunter a fucking break. That was a disappointing reveal. Also, I didn't really like Monster Hunter either, so it's like, that's just like, that's not exciting. And by the way, they could easily do the Monster Hunter collab rerun with a different Capcom, and then make it as Capcom collab. So for those that are like, what, rerun? There's many ways you can go about it. I'm sorry. That kind of sounds smooth for me. But then again, I'm not like collab-wise. For me, you don't really do that great of a job. Especially because of Yostar. Yostar, I could go on and on about Yostar and their influence over Arknights. They still have an influence. I already know a partial bit of what I could do for the thumbnail.
奇怪，为什么会有这么多异常反应？博士，你来的正好，我需要你立刻来看看这些报告，看看这些异常，泰拉在向我们示警。
Well, it's probably just gonna be another collab that I'll probably just skip over. Like I kind of
南北
done
两边物理
for
上
the
的隔
rest.
阂并非天气，
So
而是南北间惨烈的
for the
战
most
争
part
遗留的恶果。最近，猎谷周边地区人员意外伤亡与失踪的报告激增，居民被迫迁往移动城市。南北两院均怀疑对方染指禁忌，并加派人手进行间谍活动与武器实验。和缓多年的南北局势再次变得紧张。与罗德岛有合作关系的神社向我们分享了他们得到的神谕。长岸的皇权之会已然满意，岁神就要为祸人间。乌萨斯自西北边境的布列杰诺伊中心矿区开始，克罗萨主矿脉正在发生断层。断层之下，矿脉中的原石正以惊人的速度消失。我们至今没有查明消失原石的去向。截至目前，乌萨斯可观测的原石储量已锐减至原有的50%。照此下去，这个数字很快便会归零。类似的极端地质变化同样发生在萨米。根据梅兰德探索协会自然勘察委员会的最新报告，萨米整体正在抬升。过半数的沼泽消失，河流改道， 接壤极北台原冰原区域的缓冲山地，像是被无形的大手托起，出现肉眼可见的巨大断层。大量的洞窟群也暴露在天光之下。另外，非人为的巨型符号开始频频出现在山岩与泥土间。如你所想，密文版的内容和形式正在摧毁萨米人千万年来的认知。
Again, to an extent. Or they're just
黑
talking
流树
about
海
like.
玻利瓦尔境内的神秘丛林，
I need to
也
look
是无
at
数
what
探险
each
家和阴谋论者
of
的朝
the
圣地。
countries it says.
原理不明的危险黑流仿佛血液般流淌，让整座丛林成为了可移动的活物。如今，黑流树海突破了它历年来的活动范围，正加速向北行进。哥伦比亚政府组织了多个科考团队前往调查，截至目前，已有3支队伍20余人失踪。最后，
Safety
是阿
rating
格尔的朋友
medium.
传来的一段加密影像。
Safety rating medium. Or is it about Origium?
普瑞塞斯苏醒，博士，这是一切异常的起点，或许也是背后的原因。等等，博士，
The
就在
Thanian
刚刚
office.
又有新消息，维多利亚、莱塔尼亚2国上空都出现了清晰的幻影。钟楼，世界之都。
Is this like a?
这绝非历史的投影，对吧？
Is this like hinting towards the next episode? Okay, aside from that big ass disappointment collab-wise, I don't think, for me, they don't hit. None of them really hit. Like, there might be some that are, like, cool, I guess, but most of them, I'm looking at the Capcom collab, I think they missed the mark. I think they could do way better with the Capcom. I've said since the very beginning with them showcasing the Capcom collab that they could do a way better job. But they don't. No one really thinks outside the box, really, when it comes to this sort of stuff. So, yeah, no. I'm going to put Arknights here. Yeah, I'll just full screen this. For now. I really don't think I don't think they did a really good job with the collabs a lot of the time. Nothing on Discord, but okay. Well, the thing is, as I'm talking about where you say, I mean, granted, you're not really speaking much anyway about certain things. So I'm like, I am talking about it, so. Yeah, I did. I talked about it. I mean, I'm looking at the stuff and then I'm speaking about it. Like, I'm acknowledging, I even mentioned certain parts. I even went back to talk about certain things. Like, for example, I talked about, like, you're saying, Parker's finally Palace buff, and I was like, oh yeah, a Palace buff. Yeah, you're correct. I even said Menos before you typed it in, before I even looked. So it's like, yeah, there's certain parts that I talked about, like Sky Ranger, when it came to, like, that very end of the trailer. It's like, yeah, sure. But, of course, I mostly skimmed, so it's not like I didn't really go into detail. So we're gonna go into detail here, because I guess Blake is freaking out that I didn't go into detail for certain things. I could talk about the Capcom collab all day, because that annoys me as hell. At some point, I did not mention Shining Altar. I don't know where that came from. I'm guessing that's more of a joke that maybe some people thought it was Shining Altar. To me, I was like, nah, that makes no fucking sense. I'm assuming the I-6 without her is Raiden. About the Silver Ash thing, I mean, it was kind of obvious. I think that they're doing a limited. I just don't know how I feel. Like, yes, it makes sense to make both of them altars, but nothing really else. Like, we have a stage which is just, like, out of fucking nowhere. I don't... The fact of, like, Ryan Lab, there probably should be multiple events around Carlin. I didn't hate when they did that for the New Year's event and then do another event tied to the New Year's event. I didn't necessarily hate that. I think they should do more of that, actually. But I don't think they did. Maybe some people didn't like it. This is why it's like, this banner is like, okay, makes sense, but it feels off still. Like, Estinge, I don't really care too much about her. Like, she's just kind of a fucking out of nowhere. Some other people wanted a different character to actually be playable as an operator than just an altar of an already 5-star that is more relatively new compared to other 5-stars that probably people want to see altars for. Or even 4 stars. Or even fucking 3 stars. And it's just like her out of fucking nowhere. Even compared to like doing Rain Lab characters. There's other Rain Lab characters that people wouldn't mind seeing. So to me, I feel like they dropped the ball to an extent. But then this is because of how long the game's been out. There's so many people want what they want to see happen that they're not really going to be able to please everyone, even if anything they do, it makes sense to an extent. So this is kind of like a... there's nothing they could really do in this instance. And it's like, to me, I'm thinking about like the characters that they showed off, and I'm like, okay, like, I'm still surprised they didn't really do any more of the Carlin people as operators. Like, a lot of people are wanting Monk. I would at least expect Monk to be a playable character. Maybe do another side event where they have a stage, and then have Monk as like the freebie. That makes more sense of what the people want. You see, like, I don't know how I fully feel about it. Like, it makes sense, and then you also have Cliffheart, too. Cliffheart just kind of got shafted. So you have Cliffheart, you have Monk. Would make sense. Maybe they do another event, but they can't because they've already showcased like the next couple events. You see the issue here? You see the issue here? Yeah, this is why I think having them do another event tied around it, especially as open-ended as Carlin is in Yogg, that I feel like that's necessary. I honestly believe that that's necessary. Anyway. So yeah, Hunter, Splashcaster, and Strategist. Hunter's okay. I don't know how I feel about that for a 5-star. Flankscaster, she's interesting. I mean, the ability to essentially freeze over blue tiles and make it impossible for enemies to go into the blue tiles like an actual operator is really insane. Strategist, see if we can stop being a DP. Draw enemies in. Okay, so there's a lot to mention. I think later on talks about maybe a little bit of the strategist class. Okay, so skill 3, I guess, for Silver should be Swarpy DP. Probably should go in detail here if I go lower. And then Flaunt, the Paramix, is interesting because, I mean, the fact that you could freeze the blue gate, and I guess so enemies can't get just through, is like an extra level added defense that is interesting by default. She seems to be more of a support than anything else, which makes sense given the fact of the other Flunks casters we have. S3 is Phantom Altar 2. Draw on enemies. I mean, yeah, the thing is, mentioning that a siege compared to her sister is for my lab, which is, yeah. I don't know. I feel like, given what I would expect, I wasn't really expecting a Ryan Lab character. Even though it to an extent would make sense at the same time. But also, couldn't you just make another side event? Like, the more I start to think about it, the more like having side events along with limiteds makes sense. Especially when you get to like not really done much with events in terms of characters and what people want. Anyway. They're putting out a PC version. Because they're talking about, I guess, a mouse. The thing is, they have yet to really talk about the PC version. Let's just be really honest. They mentioned it was coming out. They have yet to talk about it. So, personally, I'm not going to say much about it. Because they didn't really talk about it. They didn't talk about it. So, I can't really say much about it. I mean, granted, you can already play it on PC, so it's like, seeing a mouse doesn't really, like, make me surprised, if anything. Makes me think they're emulating it. Anyway. New guard class. When using skill mercenary class, will take DP over time, like merchant class. Interesting. That is an interesting decision. I don't really like DP over time characters to begin with, because they kind of go against the flow of that whole system, and you'd have to specifically have Vanguard always on the field. I don't mind merchants, but the fact that they had to reduce it, it just is like a good showcase of like merchants. Like, they're unique, but they have to do a fucking lot to make them worth using for there to be a DP over time. So, and then most people don't tend to use them anyway. I mean, some people do, but I don't think they're really that popular, because DP over time, and then them despawning, isn't that great. It just isn't, even if you make it so it's like only 1 or 2 DP per 3 seconds. People would rather, like, don't have to worry about that, because in a lot of scenarios, it doesn't really help. It's just the matter of what it is. It's the matter of the situation. It's just, people would rather not have to worry about that. So they're going to have to do a lot to make a character interesting if they do that. So I'm curious to see how they're going to go with the mercenary class to make, especially the mercenary class, interesting. I can't really say much, honestly, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore until we actually see more stats and info over said character. So 6-star Sky Ranger at this point is a probable likely scenario. They talked about the protocol being back, free-player co-op. I did mention that. Greece, so specifically Greece. Maybe. The fact that it's hard to say. I can't really say, because it's like they're kind of like mixing in everything around that section or area. So it's like in the real world they're separated. So it's really easy to like, okay, this is this and this is that. So like when they go from Egypt to Greece, then back to Egypt, with a character that was from an Egypt event, it's like, what is it then? Is it in Egypt? storylines do? Or is it actually just like Roman/Greece? Anyway, Sanity Potion, auto use. Okay, faster setting clue and sending clue. Okay, so that's for the quality of life stuff. Support limit breaks to new players and bar E2 units without limit. Of course, there's he's mentioning Pokemon mode and Pokemon Racing betting mode, which is more of like the joke of like what that last YouTuber, whatever his name is, does. I say YouTuber as like it's actually YouTuber. No, it's more like a YouTuber in universe. So the recruitment, I did kind of briefly go and talk over it. Recruitment will refresh so that eventually you'll be guaranteed a 5-star and guaranteed a 6-star on Phase 2. That's around the timing of the events from Phase to Week 2 and Week 3 of the event. There's other things like the lock-in rewards, I believe they were. It's also the same case. So they're putting in stuff for each week to keep players invested throughout the entire event. Makes sense, because currently the system is only for the first 2 weeks, and that's only for the daily summon and the daily random ticket thing, or whatever they do. And that's it. Yes, I can understand the fact that if there's a big drop-off for week 3. I can definitely understand that being the case. So if they wanted to keep it throughout all 3 weeks, it makes sense to do some system that the 3rd week would be interesting to still log into from both a recruitment standpoint and for a login reward standpoint. Okay, Blake's mentioning wanting a furry bear character. This was about the Ursus event. I honestly don't know what to feel about it because again we have to learn more info. I think for both the Colombian event and the Ursus event, it's going to be new characters, which is kind of disappointing because, I mean, I feel like they kind of dropped the ball in Ursus and the Ursus Student Council. I don't like what they went, like, they built up groups of characters, and some of them they barely fucking use. This is me being very critical here. Like, the Ursus Student Council is probably, like, one of the least used group of characters. Like, many years later, they finally bring out Leto. It's not even based around Ursus Student Council. It was the last Carlin event. Yeah, I don't know. Like, they have to do something with the Student Council in some way, shape, or form at this point. They have to. Like, I say they have to. They don't have to. But I feel like they should. But they probably won't. So. Anyway. So, the collabs. One of them was the restaurant. And I guess people in CN saying the price is too high. Also, there's a chip company as well that they are collabing with. There's a pajama thing. I guess it's more pajamas than actual, like, a coat. I guess, fair enough. To me, when I look at that, and it's not, like, actual, like, bottoms to it, I instantly assume that it's a coat. Anyway. But, I'm not a big fan of the whole Capcom thing. I'm sorry. I really don't. This time I probably will skip. I'm gonna skip. I'm just gonna skip. Like, most of the collabs, I'm probably just gonna skip. No matter what they throw out. If I'm not interested at all, I'm gonna skip. Last time, I forced myself, to an extent, to summon in the banner and do the event stages. Next time, that is not gonna be the case. Which means I'll be doing other stuff, which I probably will have stuff to do. So. Okay, next thing, Doc Skid. I doubt it, because they've shown different clothing for Doctor, and they did nothing about it. And then, another event for Abyss Haunter. I think it's pretty much the general gist. I feel like they also kind of dropped the ball on that, too. I feel like there should be more with Abyssal Hunters with the Seaborn, but we didn't, and we don't, so it was like weird. Okay. So now, I guess, let's see here. So this is going to be new from what I'm seeing from Mike Blake. And I guess it's something with the CN chat. So I was also reading the CN chat. As for Jean, we might need to read the story to understand why she is in it. The only person who is unpleased now. I kind of just stand for some things, okay? I guess sometimes I need to explain. But to me, like, I want more continuations of stuff that makes sense. Like, Silver Ash, Pyramix, makes sense. As seen, we gotta just jump the ball with that one, to me. There's other characters that people want to see playable from Rain Lab. So seeing her, instead of a character that people want to see play, I think is jumping the gun. Personally. Clifford left the planet, no one cares about Clifford. Ain't no way they're putting Clifford all relax. What the? How are you expecting Carlin to have enough tech to build a sentry? Huh? I don't know where this line came from anyway. They asked my line to help and they sent a scene, just accept that. To an extent, yeah. I mean, I did read the events all the way through for the Serpent Heads event. So yeah, to me it's not surprising to see Ryan Lab here. It's just that, like, again, it's the whole idea of people expecting certain things and then changing to something else that catches people off guard. And I think Estige Alter is a good example of that. Snow Hunter, 5-star Hunter. We didn't really get so much of a showcase for Snow Hunter. I'm not going to say much about her. So we're going to switch over to here so we can showcase what's being talked about. Estige Alter, free 5-star Deso Binder. Pyramix Alter, 6-star Phloxcaster. I'm guessing he's like in a different chat room. And then, of course, Silver Ash is a strategist. 2 more red shirt ops, 4-star Blaster, and 5-star Mercenary. Oh, wait, okay, so the one chick that we saw as a showcase was the new class of Mercenary, got it. Which is different this time, because they actually showcase the operators, shop operators. Okay, Blastcaster. Oh yeah, that's like Ifrit, Corsium, but a 4-star version. Okay, that makes sense. That actually makes sense, because I don't believe we have a 4-star version, so it makes sense. We finally have a Durnar module that, I mean, honestly, people kind of expected to eventually happen here. I'm excited because it's Durnar. Durnar has a module. Finally. So, like, I cannot wait. It's been a hot minute. I'm curious to see what they do for the modules for this class. So, I feel like for Durnar, people don't tend to use her because of her defenses. Granted, her defenses are still pretty good. Like, 500 plus is, like, still pretty good. I kind of wish they do a Durnar Alter already, but that's probably not going to happen. Because why would they? Go to Bolivar. Anyway. Asbestos. The new 6-star Alter. Snow Hunter. And the new Blastcaster character getting a module. Modules for, of course, the new Alter. For, Pyramix. And then new module for Siege Alter. IS modules for Gnosis and Snake Girl that shouldn't exist. at this point, like, if I had to say which was my least favorite operator, it's changed over the years, by the way. It's definitely Snake Lady. She is probably my least favorite operator in the game. It has changed greatly, by the way. Like, I'm not joking. At first, in the very beginning, it was Siege. And then eventually, what turns to... Who was it? I do believe I have her. I'm not trying to spoil too much, but I'm going to be spoiling some things here. Where is she? Toad Fawns. There we go. Toad Fawns. And then now it's Snake Lady. She's like one of the only few 6 stars that is still level 1. I just farmed, and that's it. Bye. I am not ever going to be touching this operator. Hell, Minimalist, Skyfire, hell, Iris, even fucking Diamante has been put more work into than the Snake Lady. Seriously. Diamante over Snake Lady. Should say everything on how I feel about the character. Anyway. Gnosis, I think Gnosis actually might genuinely be cracked, depending upon what they do. Like, I used Gnosis around the IS2 days, and he was really good. He's, like, he can be really good. So to me, a module, like an IS module for him, given how they've been doing IS modules, he's gonna be cracked as hell. So... Anyway, I could go on and on here, but as I already said before at the very beginning of the stream, when it comes to translations, other content creators have automatic translations, and for the most part, we get the general gist of what went, like what happened, what to kind of expect. Of course, translations for on the Discord is currently still going on. I'm not going to worry about trying to do a video or continue this video over those. You can join the Discord if you want to. I think most people watching this are going to be watching the reaction, not so much for the translation of what's going on. But for those that want the translation, it's going to be on Discord. You can also look at other videos. Anyway. I think for the most part, I probably should end it off here. It has been over 2 hours, so I think we probably should call it quits for this video. It's kind of getting a little too long here, so I am going to shut up now. If you guys did enjoy today's live stream, make sure you like, subscribe, /follow. The description below is Discord, so please go check it out. I keep saying that. Generally, I don't. So, it's usually on the channel. It should be on the channel. If not, let me know, and I'll make sure it's on the channel. It should be on the channel. Unless some crazy YouTube shenanigans happened, or Discord shenanigans happen. And I believe that will be it. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.